everybody, welcome to the show. I have all the cards on rotation next to me. I want you to kind of be able to see what they are. They're all brand new. They're all made for our Blade Runner series. I almost used the ones from when I was on Norse Foundry doing Alien Fugitive and Alien Connection, but I decided, nah, we're scraping it, we're doing it all, but the overlays may seem similar. We've dressed them up according to this show. So welcome to Blade Runner, everybody. I will warn everyone, it's rated R. It's literally here. It's right here. It's on every screen that is a rated R show. There are some trigger warnings involved. The answer is if it's a trigger, it may be in the show. I can't promise it won't be. If you've watched the Blade Runner movies, you know it is dark. It's about morals. It's about dilemmas, and basically written for me to run. So I'm going to start out the show with a bang with the first Frankhouse dilemma. I need a D6 from the audience for which cast member is getting. Exclamation point 1D6 in chat. I figure this is the way we should start. Thank you for everybody who's played Streamloot cards already. There's tons of them in there. If you have questions on what they are, feel free to put things in chat and I'll answer them for you the best I can. While we're getting that dice roll, I'm going to set the tone. We are starting the show right between the end of fall and the beginning of winter. Snow and rain have been littering LA, and in Blade Runner, we are taking place in 2037. That's when the tabletop RPG takes place. The technology levels are similar to what you see in 2049. It has been a rough few months. The tabloids and newspapers have been talking about a recent Memory Labs attack, and of course, Wallace Corporation has been doing their damnedest to cover it up. And they've done pretty well. 6 is a great one, thank you. And that brings us to Adam. Adam is playing a character that has not been talked about, but he was a huge part of the first case. He wasn't one of the group that came and picked up and helped fight off the hit squad at the Memory Labs. No. He's one of the people who died on scene. Hey, Adam, how are you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Look at you all gray bearded up.
Man, just kids at work just get a lot out of me.
Kids at work. So let's start this scene I want to do a little bit of a flashback before we bring the rest of the cast on board. When you were at the Memory Labs and the hit squad was sent and the shootout started, you were injured there and everyone assumes you're dead. How did you get away from Memory Labs after the hit squad?
Well, with all the shooting and craziness that did ensue, I got shot straight through the shoulder, right above the lung, fell and hit my head. Thankfully, nobody really checked on me to see if I was alive or dead. Once a lot of the dust settled, kind of tried to pick myself up the best way that I could, and found a back door leading back into a back alley and kind of stumbled down while I'm bleeding out. And kind of found myself hiding behind some dumpsters and everything, and just laying. It was a rainy night as well. It started raining at one point. And so just laying behind boxes, dumpsters on the streets, or in an alleyway off the streets, bleeding out, in and out of consciousness. And then when I finally woke up, I don't know how long it was, but heard there were tons of sirens around as well too. And I figured it'd be best to try to sneak somewhere else, anywhere else. I didn't know if that hit squad was still around.
Well, the gunfire was quiet by the time you woke up and crawled your way out of that place. Your link to LAPD's HQ was severed on all your devices, but you still had anything you downloaded for the case on there. As you wake up from this reoccurring dream in the current time frame, we're going to start off with the very first roll for the show, because I feel like this has been pretty traumatic. It's only been a week since injury. You've been under the knife. You've had some surgery done. You've patched yourself up the best you can with the people you know throughout the city. And I need you to give me a stamina roll. In the game, you're going to be rolling your strength die plus your skill die for stamina. You're looking for 6s.
6s, you say?
6s or 10s if you have a die that can get a 10 or higher. Let me pull up our cheat sheet of cards. In case you got any cards here you could play. Any successes?
I got a 10.
That's 2. That's 2 successes. You've had this reoccurring nightmare numerous times. As you fight it off, you could hear the rain pounding down. The hologram on the window is staticky and not playing whatever depiction of happiness you have on there. What is your set piece you have on the window facing into the outside world? Is it like a beach somewhere? Is it ocean water? Is it all your case files displayed on the window? What do you have displayed on the hologram window as you wake up?
Yeah, his is because he was on the force for just a little over 10 years. Very into his work, so a lot of case files with it. And there is kind of on the side, there is a picture of a nondescript location of water.
Okay.
Definitely an ocean, perhaps of some sorts. You can see just like the waves in and out with it. But kind of that's pushed off to the side. You see a bunch of work, and then just in that one little corner of it is just happiness, perhaps maybe where he wants to go whenever he finally reaches retirement. But I mean, he's kind of been shot and people think he's dead. So okay. Maybe that's a lot closer than he thinks.
When that happens, you get a call from your one of your contacts. It's one of the ones we spoke about before the start of the show. And he says they're opening the case back up. They're looking for Sarah.
Sarah? They haven't found her?
No. I don't understand where she went. She was supposed to be delivered here and she never made it.
Lost track of where she might have gone off to or anything that happened with her.
She was supposed to be delivered. The spinner never showed.
About the team that was with her.
I can get you their contact info. And within about a minute, you get the information of the other 3 cast members and the contact info. With that said, I'm going to switch to Allie. Precinct calls you. Rings. Where are you at right now on the last day of this 1 week vacation that was supposed to be a month as this phone call rings?
I've absolutely been having a staycation in my condo. I am definitely laying low. I probably have a good amount of dirty cocktail glasses that are all piled up in the sink. And I would just be on my couch, and my head would be resting in the lap of my digital companion.
Oh, all right. So as you are laying in the lap of your digital companion, do you have a full joy emitter, or is it the arm in the room that swings around? Like, how loaded are you?
I probably have the full emitter, but I mean, it is a hologram, so while it looks like I'm like resting on them, there is like a small stack of pillows.
Yeah, well, the difference is an emitter means you can take them with you. Do they leave the apartment, or are they only in your apartment?
I think that I have the option to, but I tend not to bring them with me.
Okay.
Only if I'm going to be like traveling somewhere.
Gotcha. The phone rings with that classic joy noise as the ringtone goes off. You can see it's the LAPD calling. You're supposed to not hear from them for 30 days.
I'd like to screen the call.
Okay. What are you screening for? Just waiting for it to go to
Want
voicemail?
to see. I basically want to. I'm gonna do what I do in real life when anyone calls me and use my virtual assistant to have the like, this is the virtual assistant of, so and so. Go ahead and say why you're calling, like that basically Google but better.
So what does your virtual assistant look like?
So she is very slender, a little androgynous. Okay. A very like neutral model that doesn't really have a lot of customizations. Dark hair. I would say think very Rachel-esque features in general, but with a cropped hair and again more neutral attire.
Okay. And they answer the phone for you?
It's one of the, like, without speaking. It answers the phone, but I get the transcript of the conversation.
Yeah, I'm saying, but they're answering it for you? All right. They answer, you get the transcript. It is the office calling. They're saying that your vacation is to be cut short, that the last case file is being reopened, that Sarah is missing. Supposed to have a full month off, and you're only 7 days in. This is your Sunday, your first Sunday off.
When I see that Sarah's missing, I'll go ahead and flip the call over to answer.
They already hung up.
All right.
You get a message that says they want you at 0800 tomorrow.
I would like to go ahead and contact the other folks on the team.
With that, who do you call first?
I think I would probably call Enzo.
Enzo, 2 calls come in. One end is LAPD, and the other one is Marla. Who do you answer first?
It's
been 1 week.
Eeny, money.
Whose do you answer?
Marla's, because I'm off the clock.
Okay. I will bring Marla up on audio here so you all can talk to each other. It'll just be you on screen, but easy enough. All right, Marla. You should be able to be heard as well.
The fuck you want?
Did you get a call from the precinct?
Yeah. What do they want?
So, okay.
I didn't answer.
You didn't answer. I mean, I got the transcript at least, but apparently Sarah never actually made it back. Were you aware of this?
No.
Oh my god.
And it's the first time hearing of it. I don't really give a shit. I'm on vacation.
Do you know... Do you have the badge number of whoever was supposed to be transporting her?
I don't know.
I'm just thinking,
Well,
if we
dispatch,
can...
I don't give a shit. Listen, this is day... whatever the fuck it is. I'm
7. I think it's 7. Oh, okay.
I'm off. I'm off work, damn
Fair
it.
enough.
This is coffee?
Fair enough.
Where's my goddamn whiskey?
Stokes, you realize that they're about to cancel our vacation? Call us back in. They're reopening the case because the girl never showed up. So if you know who happens to have her, it might save all of us a little trouble.
Not my circus, not my monkeys. I don't pay attention to that shit.
I know, we're not
What?
babysitters. That's what I said.
Absolutely right.
Okay. So basically, Spinner never showed up. I don't know who was piloting the Spinner. This is so stupid.
So we gotta go back, is that what you're saying?
That's
Sure
what they're
enough,
saying.
you get the transcript that says, Stokes, you're due at the office at 0800. Vacation's cut early.
Can a guy convalesce?
1 extra promo for coming in early.
Well, alright.
Hers does not say that, just yours.
Yeah. I'll, They know how to grease the wheels, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Yeah, I'll go. Whatever.
All right. Boop. With that, the camera shifts to black and the signs of sparks and bright lights hit as you see the beginning of what looks like welding or soldering or something in the dark going on. As we transfer over to Moxie, Lennox is a tech junkie, right?
Yes.
In the middle of a warehouse? Wasn't that what you said she does?
Yeah, so she, instead of having a traditional home or apartment or anything like that, she sort of found this and then hacked into the city records and made it belong to her. And now she's just sort of picked up the whole place. It's like a perfect tech warehouse. There's a loft in the top that she
Sure.
like lives in, and she's just decked out the whole place. There's no way you can step foot on her property without her knowing.
What do you primarily work on in your shop? What would you be working on right now on day 7?
Oh gosh. I think by day 7 she's bored.
Already? Damn.
Yeah, for like her mind is just always going. Her body is still recovering, obviously, because she suffered a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, that's
fight.
really true. You know, let's see how you're doing with that. Can you give me a strength plus stamina?
Sure, I can. Let me.
So you roll your
grab
strength die
My character.
in your your strength die, and you roll your lovely stamina die together for me. You're looking for 6s. 10s count as 2.
Wouldn't that be nice?
If you have anything, get a 10 or
I
higher. Some
have
things
a-
can, some can't.
Well, those are the same die for me, but the good news is they're not 6s, they're 8s, because I thought about this and I was like, normally I make really shitty, weak characters. They're great at other things, but they're not good at
Hold on a minute. I played Dragonlance. That is a bullshit statement.
She had, okay, I actually had really good hit points in Dragonlance. It's every other game I've ever played. Dragonlance was the exception. I got an 8 on one die and a 2 on the other.
So all you need is 1 success. With that, sure enough, someone in a long, what looks to be white coat that's stained gray from the soot from being in the lower city. The cowl is up around the face. Snow is beginning to fall, but it almost looks like ash in this area. What sector is your warehouse in?
It's in Little Tokyo.
Oh, it's in Little Tokyo. Okay. So there are red and gold lights that kind of shine down in this area, but you're far enough down to where even that doesn't filter out properly. There's not enough light. But your compound that you have, your little warehouse area, this person walks in and they have long black hair. One side looks like it's pretty scarred up. You don't recognize the person, and they have on their coat in orange, you notice the Tyrell symbol with the owl. It's the orange kind of owl shape.
And they're like on the first floor,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, they're on the first
Okay.
floor. They're heading towards the door.
Toward the door to leave?
No, to come in.
Interesting.
I mean, you saw them on your
I'm-
cameras coming all the way in. Like, you're quite aware they're coming.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's helpful at least. I'm gonna grab my blaster to have on me, just in case.
As soon as you grab it, LAPD calls.
I'm letting it go to voicemail. I have bigger problems.
As it goes to voicemail, do you have any assistants? Do you have an AI assistant or a Joy?
Oh, yeah,
or...
for sure.
So as soon as you do that, you get emergency alert in your warehouse. A light flashes red that says, "Warning, being called back to service." Warning, being called back to service.
I don't have time for this.
Warning, being called back to
I'm
service.
I heard you the first time.
Warning, being called back to service.
Thank you so much, and I'm just gonna hit a button to make it shut up.
Okay. Still flashing, but it finally
Right.
quits after the message finishes.
Thankfully. I am gonna watch on my cameras like as this person is coming up to the warehouse, and my hand is on the button to buzz them in, but I won't be doing that
Okay.
until they say something out loud.
So they
I'd
get
like to
there, they get outside, the light's down on them, they have their head down, they hit the button to buzz to talk on comm.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here to speak to Lennox Watson. I was told that she could maybe assist me with a technical issue.
What sort of technical issue?
I prefer to speak about it in person, not show it on camera.
Fine. Walk in the door 5 steps, stop there. I'll meet you downstairs.
So as you unlock and the door slides open, I'm going to switch to all 4 of our cast.
Not right now.
Yes. I think Marla is actually going to call the LAPD. I'm gonna go ahead and call, I guess, the intake desk, looking for. I want to find out who was operating the spinner that never showed up that was containing Sarah. I'm gonna request it because of my connections.
Eric, it says you're muted. What I'm hearing.
This is what I get for using old overlays. When I was not as perfect as I am now at making them.
You know, we often hear that the tech gremlins were all killed off in the blackout.
Yeah, nope, those motherfuckers still around.
Actually, a lie.
So what I said was, you can't actually call and get this done right now. Unfortunately, you're not on clock. You won't be on until tomorrow at 0800. I'm sorry, you can request it when you come in, but you can't do it otherwise. And if you want to try to force it with connections, you can, but it may cost you.
Absolutely, because my specialty is an insider, so I get advantage on connections to get gear and resources from the LAPD.
So I think Dispatch is one of those people who don't give a flying fuck about anything. So while you get advantage, I am going to roll with advantage as well. I'm not going to apply disadvantage. This is going to be a opposed roll from Dispatch.
Okay.
We do have some cards. There is a bunch of stuff you can do. So there are things like you can ignore disadvantage, just so the audience and for you all to know. There is crit steps where if you do crit somebody, you can up the die you do for crit. So if you do a D10, you can up it to a D12. You do have one of the gold legendary cards already came out from Kyler. A runner can turn a 1 to a 6 and a 6 to a 10. That is a legendary card that is there. So that means you can basically force a crit or be higher than the person your opposed roll against. That's a really strong card. And then what else is there? There's also know somebody who can help. You can always play that card since you have connections. When you do that, that means you know somebody who can get the information for you and allows you to retry things, allows you to do things outside of the normal scope. But it doesn't allow you to push a second time. There is a card for that, though. So with that said, it'd be me versus you. Ooh. Okay. I got a 7 and a 10.
I too got a 7 and a 10.
Look, Marla, I'd love to help you, but I am literally tits deep in this, and there are so many people asking about Sarah. I am fighting off news reporters left and right. Look, you want to throw me a little promotion point, a little Cheyenne? Maybe I can help you out, but other than that, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow, and it's gonna take a shift to get this information to you easily because I gotta go down to records and pull it.
I would not be expecting you to do this for free. Don't worry, you will be compensated. All I want is
Tell you what, though, for
remaining...
2 promotions, I'll get it for you right now. I'll go down and get it myself. You'll have it in the next, half an hour to an hour.
I don't want to put you out necessarily, but that would be incredible.
Yes, you do. You're asking me to do something off shift right now. That's basically putting me out. You're hooking me. What do you want? You want to pay or no?
That sounds good. I'm going to mark those points off.
Now, if you don't want to pay, you could push. If you think you can get better than 3 successes, though. Because a 7 is 1 and a 10 is 2. You guys are tied. You need to get 4.
Establish dominance.
I'm comfortable with using those promotion points.
All right, so 2 promotion points spent. So, all right, I'll have it to you in an hour. You want to know what again? I wasn't listening.
Of course, any information. I just want to stay on my vacation instead of being called back in. So, any information on who exactly was operating the spinner, any records that we might have, paper trails?
Marla, there's no way you ain't coming back into work. They found It ain't looking good. I'll tell you that.
What do you mean? What did they find?
Yeah, I can't share that right now. I'll get you your information, but I can't get you the real details. You wanted to know, Sarah, who was delivering, and to where, right?
Mm-hmm. Spinner number, please.
I can tell you a lot of this stuff was redacted, so have fun with that. Maybe Lennox can do something. Oh, God, I gotta go. I got more calls. I'll get it to you in an hour, and it phases out the call. With that said, Lennox, do you call any of your team as this random person from Tyrell is showing up at your doorstep? Tyrell's a major corporation.
I think like as they're coming in the door, while I'm still like in the loft, so it's sort of like a distance, I'm gonna call Marla, and when she picks up, all I'm gonna say is, don't say anything, just listen.
You got a busy signal when you call. Or you get call waiting, basically, and her assistant would answer, sorry, Marla's busy right now. Can I help you with anything?
Can you record something for Marla?
Ooh, I would have to ask Allie, what are parameters for her doing services for other people? Would she record stuff? You're muted. Would she record stuff? Or would she not record stuff?
I think that any call that comes through that's filtered by her would be recorded. It's just part of like her software in general.
She says, don't worry, I record everything. Go ahead. Are you in danger? Should I call 911?
Don't call 911. Not sure about the danger
Should I
yet,
call
just
Enzo Stokes or the captain? Should I put a police report in? And she starts asking you like all of the questions.
No to all of those things. For now, just be quiet and
Are you in
record the
danger?
Call. No.
Are
Probably
you
not.
Oh, well then you are in a different city than we are.
I'm in, I don't remember how far away Marla lives. I don't ask about Marla's
You know
personal
she's in the...
life. I just...
Actually, does she know you're in the financial district? Is that a well-known thing on the team?
I think the only person who would know where Marla lives would be Enzo.
All right, you don't know where she lives. Well, then, I know you live in Chinatown. It is dangerous there. I would recommend to talk through your door unless you know the person.
Well, it's kind of too late for that. I already buzzed him in. Was it a good choice? Probably not. But I need you to record the thing and send it when we're done. Or if it seems like, hell has broken loose, send it to Marla, send it to Enzo. Do not send it to the captain unless it seems like I've died.
Excellent. Can you please put your heart monitor on screen so when you flatline, I can let them know?
Sure can, and I'll just go ahead and hit a button because I've absolutely done this with Marla's assistant before.
I'm assuming.
This is not the first time Marla's assistant has asked me to put on a heart monitor.
So as you turn it on, the everyone can hear the of the heartbeat. When you get to the door, you can see the gentleman on the other side is looking down. There now you can see him closer. Their white, which is now like stained gray jacket, is covered in, you thought it was sweat at first, but it looks like there's blood all around the neck area. And they're standing outside the door waiting to come in. I'm assuming you have them in like a stopgap area so they can't walk in.
Yeah,
is there like a big
like five...
fencing or something like that in front of them?
Yeah. So you can come in the front door and then it kind of like stops you in this box. So you can walk into the box and then I have to let you out of the box. Or there's like a button from the loft. If I like know you, if it was like Marla or Enzo, I could just like buzz them in. But if it's a stranger, I will go like let you in physically.
So they look up at you. You can see they have a line across their neck with a bandage around it. That there's this blood covering it. They've obviously been attacked.
Your throat slit?
I can say that it didn't go well, yes.
Can you tell me how or where or who or why or any of those?
Kind of looks behind him. He looks really fidgety.
You're alone in here, I promise.
Yeah. You're alone in here, but I'm not alone out here. I've been getting stalked for quite some time.
You're in the box. There's no way anybody else is in the box with you. It's plexiglass. I can see all the way through it, and anybody that's outside of this warehouse can't get in this warehouse.
Bullets, and it doesn't matter. I'm not safe until I'm inside. Look, he pulls it down, and you can see it serrated, like cut, and like it's kind of stitched shut, but they're not doing well. It's like, I heard your technician. I'm not worried about me. I have a device. I need it looked at. Look, you're one of the people who are the runners that were on the case for Sarah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I gotta be in here. If Henry sees me anywhere, I'm a dead man.
I'll go ahead and open the door and, like, lead him. I think, like, downstairs in the main area, I have, like, examining tables and things like that for when people do come to me. It's not, like, super often, but I definitely get one at least probably once a week of somebody that was sent by a friend or somebody that needs, like, fixing.
Oh, Adam.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Now you're not. If the bar is beside you is red, does that mean you're muted? Because it was before. Like your audio bar, now it's green when it bounces, but it was red before.
Working. Let's try this again. Try now. I just turned it on and off. It's just these overlays. They're old. So anyway, what I said is this guy was a CI for you for many years, right towards the end of your, right towards the end of the job, the case file that you were doing. And he worked for Tyrell, but he was fired for being just willing to do anything for money. So much so that he's gotten people killed, murdered, he's turned on his own company and then blamed other people, but he's worth his weight in gold for intel. Now, I don't know what type of person you are, but this man is afraid of everyone because he's done something wrong to everyone. He's also how you all found Leah the first time. I'm assuming with you hearing that Sarah is missing, this is probably the person you would be going after.
Yeah.
I want to know how close you are to the site and where they are during this shift, and if you are close enough to see them, or if you're going to be showing up once they're inside. With that, we're going to be making a roll. You can give me either agility, mobility to get there, or strength and stamina to get there, or you can pay money to take a ride here, because you do not currently have your vehicle.
Nice. No, I'll do strength stamina. I'll stay like on the streets and everything.
Okay.
I don't want to. Yeah, I'm trying not to draw attention in a ride if anybody sees me.
Because if I remember correctly, you live in this area as well, aren't you? In the Chinatown area.
I am. I'm in Nightclub Row.
Nightclub. Oh, you're in the entertainment district then.
Yeah.
So for those who are looking at the map here, let me switch us so everybody can see. So this is the LA map. Sector 1. Let me zoom out a little bit. Sector 1 is the entertainment district. And then you're in the industrial district, correct, Moxie? For Chinatown? Yep.
Yes.
In Sector 4. So Sector 4 is here. Up top. Actually, I will add you to the map to make this a little easier. Where are you at? You can change your character's name in the thing too and add it to your character sheet. This is the gentleman who is there that is currently Adam. But if you want to change your character's name, you're more than welcome to do that and put it on the character sheet.
I forgot. I didn't know what you were talking about for a second. I was like,
I was talking
in
to
there, and then realized
no,
that
no.
Adam's name is still question marks.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Mark guy.
And then I'll add you as well to the map, and you are in Sector 4. And he is in Sector 1. I don't see Sector 1 on the map.
Sector 1 is like top left.
Ah, it's all the way up there. So you're here.
Yeah.
And you said you're in what row?
What did I just say? Oh, nightclub row.
You're over here then. So you're a pretty good distance away from one another. But you could take a car ride there instead if you wanted to pay. Or you could take the railways.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Okay.
go railways instead.
So I'm assuming you already have a railway pass. So you're gonna railway pass. Audience, can I get a D10 from you to see if he's gonna be on time? Anything 6 or higher, he will be on time during this shift, which means he'll get there while they're having this conversation. With that, the gentleman standing outside is not, he's not bleeding profusely anymore. It's stitched shut. He has a device kind of in his pocket. You can see it's bigger than the pocket that he has. Like it's kind of bulging it a little bit, and he has his hand over top of it. He says, if you could let me in, Miss Watson, that would be the best thing you could possibly do if you want to actually help me and maybe find Sarah.
I start to move to let him in. It does feel like my duty to let you know that you are being recorded. If you do try anything, this warehouse will know about it, and everyone else will know about it. That's on my emergency contacts within the matter of about 30 seconds.
He
I
backs
just
up.
let
He's like,
everybody know.
I can't do this if I'm going to be recorded. This is an off-record kind of thing.
I can turn off the recording, but
No. I'm gonna find somebody else. No,
Hey,
no. And he starts
Hey.
backing up and out of the little 5-foot area that he's in.
it's sad that the front door is locked again once I let him in. It's not like he can.
So he
just leave.
turns
Come
and he
on,
starts
outside.
fidgeting with the handle. He's like, "Let me out!" And he starts pounding on the door.
Oh, for God's sake! It's not fine, and I'm gonna hit a button on my jacket and basically pretend I've turned a recording off.
No, I don't trust you. I know how this goes. I've been a snitch for years. And he starts pounding on the door to get out.
You've been a snitch for years, and you came to me.
Yeah, of course I did. You live in Chinatown. I'm not gonna go visit them. Look, you gotta be shadier than the rest of them.
I mean, I am. You're not wrong, but
Well, then I made the right choice. Until you said you recorded me, I can't be here for this.
I only record it to make sure you don't murder me as soon as you walk in the door. Sorry, I don't want to get murked. Now, if you want,
Right, because I'm
to
gonna
get
kill a
better at-
Blade Runner. That's what I'm gonna do in my spare time. Open the fucking door. I'm leaving.
You would be surprised. Get your
Open
ass
I'm
in
leaving.
here and on
I'm
a goddamn
leaving.
table.
Mm-mm. You're gonna have to convince this guy because he does not believe you at all now.
Whatever. I just didn't want to get murked.
Hey, yeah, what you did was safe. The problem was you said you were recording it
Meh.
for him. So with this, if you want to try to convince him, it is manipulation,
That's fine.
connection manipulation. I'll be rolling here as well.
Is it
I'm
empathy manipulation, connection, and manipulation, or both?
empathy. That's what I meant. Empathy and manipulation. So if you want, there are some cards you can use in here. We do have. Adam, I will say we have an easy ass shift. You can get there in half the time with the bad roll if you would like.
Yeah.
All right, we'll use that. That's Kyle's. I don't know if I have anything I can really. You don't have a disadvantage. I have a disadvantage being in the door though, because I don't really go anywhere, and I'm fucking panicking. So I guess it's just a roll between you and me.
Cool.
All right. Oh well, with one die, I still did well. I didn't do great. I did well though. I got my successes.
I got a 7 and a 6.
Okay, so you got 3. He got 2. He stops and he turns around and he grabs the object in his hand and he pulls it out, and you hear the sound of like a synthetic plastic bag, almost like rain jacket material. And he pulls it out, and as it starts to break the pocket, you can see it's fucking half filled with blood.
Get in here and get on the table, or you'll die within a few minutes.
This isn't mine. Do you think this is mine?
I'm sorry, your throat's been slit and you're literally covered in your own blood. My apologies for perhaps thinking that you're fucking dying quicker. Whose is that then? You can't just pull out a bag of blood while you're covered in blood.
It's not
and
a bag
expect
of
me
blood,
to
man.
know.
It's not a bag of blood.
Well, then what is it?
Are you not recording me? You promise?
I swear to fuck, I'm not recording!
On the other end, you hear Marla's assistant. I'm recording still. Would you like me? Marla is now off the phone. Would you like me to add her to the call?
Can you please explain to me what is in the bag, if it's not blood?
It's part of Sarah. Yeah.
I need a little bit more explanation than that.
It's a piece of them that I don't think is human.
I mean, I figured that much when you said it's not blood, and I'm gonna take the bag.
Oh, no, it's blood. No. I said it's not my blood.
Oh, okay, good. Well,
He's not walking in. He's still got his back to the exit door now. He's not came into your shop yet.
I have opened the door to the cube so he can walk in at any time.
Look, I'm gonna hand this off to you, but it's gonna cost you a little bit. I need some money to do this. Then I got a bolt. You can do what you want with this piece. There's no story. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just giving this to you because I don't want it in my possession, because if Henry finds me, he's going to put a round through my head, and I can't have that.
Who's Henry? You're walking in with a lot of explanation, and
Yeah,
not
no.
actually any
I don't
context
have
to
to.
it.
I don't
You know
have
that,
to.
right?
I don't have to do anything. I'm just
Well, if
here
you're
to
gonna
deliver
hand me
this.
shit, if you're gonna hand me this shit, and Henry's gonna come find me and put a bullet in my skull, I should
He
probably
ain't
at
gonna
least
kill
know
you.
who he is.
He's not gonna kill you. Don't worry about that. He would kill me, but he wouldn't. I don't think he'd kill you. You sure you're not recording me?
Yay? No, I'm not recording.
Marla, you can now hear her arguing with somebody as the call's been patched into you.
Marla's gonna stay silent.
Good job, Marla.
Okay, well, here. And he walks over and he like grabs out the other one. He grabs like a torn, like, looks like a weird print that's got unicorns and like colorful clouds on it. And he wraps it around the bag and hands you the bag. I'm gonna go. You take this. You do the thing, the magic you do with the tech and stuff.
You need anything though? I'm trying.
Yeah, I need to go.
As a man.
And money. I need money to go.
I'm. Where are you going?
I'm not here.
Okay,
Look, I
great.
know he's following me. He's going to be here. I need that in your hands so you can take care of the problem.
Lovely.
I'm doing my civic duty.
Civic duty.
Mm-hmm.
You said, never mind. We're not gonna go into how you called me the shady cop. We're just gonna.
No. I said you live in a shady area and you understand shady things.
Fair enough. How much do you want, or is this more of I can call you in a favor?
No. I
Or
would like
how
money.
far
I like
away?
money. Money talks. Any shouldn't you can give me? I'll take money.
I mean, I can give him one. I don't
Now, if you want to pay him off and make a roll, it can cost you nothing. It'd be like pocket money. If you're willing to spend some of your Shin Yen, then you don't have to roll. Because Shin Yen is kind of like a ballpark of like, you have enough to like buy food, do things. But if you want to spend a point, you won't have to roll. He will just go away.
So I roll and I don't have to give him anything?
No, it'll just be like you give him pocket money and it doesn't cost. You give him like a
Okay.
50, you know
Cool.
what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
you give him a good amount of money, which is the equivalent to using a box.
Okay, then I'll roll for it.
Okay.
Let's see.
If you're going to do that, I would say it would probably be manipulation again.
Okay, that's fine.
He can see you now, so I don't have the disadvantage anymore. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm all right with that. It's not great, but I'm all right. I'm not going to push.
I got a 7 and a 5.
So that's 3 successes. So you beat me by 1. He goes, all right, fine. That's good enough. I just got to get out of here before he is here. Look, that came from Sarah. And I don't mean like off of her, like...
From inside of her.
Nah, it'll make more sense when you look at it. It came from Sarah. I don't know how else to explain it.
Okay, I will get this figured out.
Look, I saw the reports. I saw you showed up and you and your team was there and you showed up and you flew Sarah out of there and then some people didn't leave that place. Well, I was working there, like helping memory labs. So like I was hidden, and my wounds are from the attack. But that is from Sarah, and Sarah left with you. So figure it out, cause fucking I want out. Like I did my job. He's talking like he's doing service for somebody.
Yeah. Did somebody like send you with this, or is this like a good Samaritan?
I'm not doing that. No, nope. No. No. And as he turns around, since Henry spent the half shift card, as he turns around to go out the door, you are standing in the courtyard outside the door. And you see Donald there. Donald Castor. And he looks at you, and he looks back at her, looks at you, and he runs.
So you must be Henry.
Do you chase or talk?
Yes. And I chase after him.
All right, so we're going to chase.
Cool.
Do you
And I
chase
have
after
shut
two?
my door. Well.
Because I would like to remind you that this is one of the 3 Blade Runners that supposedly 2 of them died in memory labs. One of them died at the case room back at the LAPD. This is one of the 2 people who died at memory labs.
Yeah, I'm gonna chase. I've got a thing on my jacket that will like seal the warehouse from the outside.
So you hit
for
the
when
button
I
and lock
leave,
the door?
Essentially.
Do
Yeah,
you
so I hit
bring
button.
the object he gave you? It's just it's like a sandwich bag full of blood. And there's something in it.
No.
So you leave
I'm
it in
gonna
your
put-
warehouse.
I'm gonna put it on one of the exam tables
And
because
just
I'm already
shut
on
the
the
door.
first floor,
Okay.
and then shut the door.
Okay. Marla, you hear her start to huff and puff. You guys are in conversation together. Do you bring Stokes into the call?
Oh, I've already sent a message over to Stokes. I sent a message over after I got off the phone with the LAPD, saying we'll have information soon. And as soon as I heard you took the kid, I sent a message over that says, the kid may have fucked us.
Because I can now hear you in my head, I think like Henry's probably gotten a good enough lead on me that I can speak a little bit without being overheard too much. Some guy showed up in
this
my
would be
door.
a digital message.
There's
Yeah.
I thought you, because you're still on the phone with me though.
Yeah,
I
you
was
could just
alive.
Oh
talk.
yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm like quietly fuming right now
Oh.
about being called back in.
Some guy just showed up at my door, shoved a bag of blood in my hands and said it's from Sarah, and he kept talking about this guy that was going to shoot him, and then that guy showed up in my courtyard, and I am so sick and tired. We are on vacation until 8 o'clock tomorrow. This is bullshit, Marla. Somebody come help me.
Yes. Do you know how long we were supposed to be on vacation?
A whole month. We were supposed to be gone 30 days.
Yes.
I was getting bored. I was building something, and now apparently my building time is being cut short.
And you know why we're being called in?
Because Sarah's gone and I have a bag of her blood on my exam table.
Yes.
That's not the point right now. I am chasing down a something. The guy that's gonna shoot the other guy he's one of the dudes that apparently supposedly
Watson?
died.
I need you to calm down for just a second, take a breath, and I need to
Running
know
at top
something.
speed.
Yes, I need to know something, and I need you to
What?
be completely honest with me.
What?
Who did you hand Sarah off to? Because what it sounds like to me is you may have been the last reported runner to have her in custody.
I put her in the fucking spinner that showed up. That was the goddamn gig. Get the kid. The spinner will come to pick her up. You put her in the spinner, and then you leave. The kid
It was
no
an
longer my
automated
problem.
spinner. Automated spinner, no additional pilot.
No, there would have been LAPD on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was.
But the way it worked actually
is
is you all flew her back to LAPD, and then the handoff happened at the station, and then
I
they
was just
flew
the
her
person.
out.
I was just the person.
You're
that
the
walked her to
handoff.
The spinner.
Yep.
I was the handoff.
Okay.
That
Yep.
was it.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
maybe
okay.
that's what you're claiming.
So we did the handoff, and then there was an additional spinner, and that spinner never showed up at the designated point.
Yes.
Okay, so during all of this, Marla was like, wait, you had her in the spinner? It's like, oh, we all did. So
Yeah.
one thing is, Marla's staycation has basically been drinking martinis
That's the best kind of
in her
staycation ever.
penthouse. Part of the reason she doesn't want to go in at 8 in the morning is because she knows that hangover is going to be intense.
Yes, it will be.
So
where in this district are you at? So we can set our chase scene while you guys are calling Stokes and looping him into this. Where in Sector 4 are you? Where's your warehouse?
It's in Little Tokyo.
So you're in Little Tokyo. Let's find Little Tokyo.
I'm finding where it is.
I think that probably Piss Alley and Kabukicho Arcade.
Probably
would be...
Piss Alley is probably the right area. Because let's be
That is
real,
Shinjuku.
it is Shinjuku. Yeah. Are you above the arcade?
Oh God, yes. I'm right. I'm not like above the arcade.
You're like
technically,
across
but
the street or something.
My warehouse is across the street from the arcade, and if you ever need to find me and I'm not in the warehouse and I'm not at the station, I'm at the arcade.
All right, so
I have 3 whole places that you can find.
So this person's taking flight. I'm gonna put you in the 3 order. We're gonna call Stokes. Who's calling him out of the 2 of you? I'm assuming Marla's adding him to the call.
Yeah, probably. I'm a bit busy.
I'm gonna add you up on the side here. I'm gonna apologize for this. So there are chase mechanics for this game. We have cards that will also affect chase. I will tell you that this is technically shift 1 of day 1, even though you're not working. So you want your shift seat. I have the cards here for Blade Runner. The way this works is kind of cool. So I'm gonna switch to solo cam really quick. So Blade Runner has made chase mechanics, and they have aerial, car, and chase maneuvers for ground, and then they have obstacles. We're doing a foot chase, because we're not in spinners, unless Stokes shows up in one. And I have a bunch of cards I'm going to pull from. I'm going to pull obstacles from here. The way it works is each person in the chase is going to pick their maneuver, type it in the alchemy chat, and get it ready. And then together, we're going to hit enter for what the maneuver is between the pursuer and the prey, the person who is running from you. In the cheat sheet that has all of the different maneuvers, I need both Watson and Tudyk to pick what they're gonna do. I'm gonna shuffle my lovely obstacle cards. We do have some cards in here that let you change obstacles. I don't know if anyone played one, but if so, I can draw 2 and you all get to pick. Let me see if we have any obstacle cards. New obstruction. There's 2 new obstruction cards. If you want, I can pull 2 cards right now, and you can pick which one you want when I play them. Because some cards are anti-pursuers, and some cards are anti-prey. So, we're gonna go over our 4 cam. I'll do 5 cam, because Henry's here. Do you want to play one? We have 2 of them. Do you want me to play one and pull 2 cards? Watson and Henry.
Sure. Let's do it.
I mean, we might as well use them. So we'll use the first one from Kyle.
Let's go.
I'm gonna play 2. Let me grab my 2 cards out of here. I'm gonna put them face down. I'm not gonna look at them either.
For sure.
And then I'm going to pick. Boy, you know, I'm gonna randomly select a thing. No, I think his maneuver's pretty. I know what I'm gonna do. All right. Let me type in chat what mine is. You guys have all yours ready to go. And then Marla is calling them. There are things you can do as outsiders. You can hack cameras. You can show up in the spinner. You can make calls. You can spend points to send in squad cars if you want to make this part of the precinct. If you're doing this off the clock, that means you can kind of keep it a little more secretive. And remember, things that you do aren't technically part of the case until you submit them. So you can doctor the records and decide what you want to submit to a case. This may be one of those things. All right, I have mine in for the 2 other people. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm obviously fleeing. Pursue. What are you doing, Adam?
Through.
I don't see it.
Here we go. It's coming.
Is it?
Ah.
Yeah, it still tells me you're typing.
Mine says that you're pretending that you know how computers work.
There it is.
All right, 2 pursues. Okay, well, I'm fleeing. So fleers go first. So after we do that, we take the 2 obstacles. We have either dead end ahead. If the prey has chosen to pursue, flee, hide, or block, the maneuver fails automatically.
We call it Void Comp.
The other one is monks. A throng of orange-robed chanting monks block the road. Prey must roll manipulation, no action, to convince them to move. Success gives an advantage to any hide maneuver. Failed roll means a prey's maneuver automatically fails. So do you want dead end or do you want monks? Do you want him to turn a corner thinking he's running by the arcade and run right into a dead end?
Yeah, I think we'll go with that one.
God
Now,
damn it.
for comedy's sake, would Monk be hilarious? For sure. But
Sure.
I think we'll just go dead end.
God damn it. All right. So as he runs,
suck.
turns the corner, and you see him turn that way, and immediately, Watson, there's no way out. He'd have to climb.
No.
So he hits a dead end as Henry is chasing him. Henry, I would like to remind you, you still have to make a check. And so technically does Watson. Because aren't you injured, good sir?
I am.
Can you give me a, what is it for yours? I think it's stamina, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, stamina. Can you give me a stamina strength roll? Or is it mobility, actually? No, it's mobility. I lied. It's
Mobility. Yeah. So mobility, agility.
Yep.
Let's do that.
And Watson, you know what's going on. You run after, and you're around the corner, you're like, oh, he's...
Yeah, you're fucked, dude.
I got 1-6.
1-6. I run directly into a gate and a bunch of garbage. Turns around, you get 1-6. You're within either short or engaged range, your choice, because I didn't get a chance to run because I took too long talking. Are you going to do anything, Watson, when you round the corner? Because you're pursuing. I'm assuming you run around the corner after him as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop though, like a couple steps behind Henry. I want to see how this plays out.
Okay. You would notice, without a roll really required, Henry's got a limp. It's not bad, but he's still wounded. He's not, his shoulders looks a little injured. Like, he's not 100%. Like, this could be the person. Donald may not be lying to you. That takes us to the next piece for your pursue. You basically can engage this guy and possibly get a hold of him. You're within short range. I am fucked. I don't know where I'm going to go. God damn it. This dead end really screwed me. Really screwed me
You
here.
ruined your game, Eric. We've not been even playing an hour.
Really screwed me. Okay. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. All right. I have mine ready. I'm going to pull obstacle. Do you want me to do 2 cards again for the chase? We have another card.
Let's
You
do
got
it.
him
We're in a
cornered.
chase.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Screw it.
Shuffle these again. Pull 2. Okay. I'm ready if you 2 are.
I don't know how to phrase this.
Well, you just pick one and then type your action after it.
Okay.
Like if you're doing like other or something, I just type type your action after it. It's what I would do. With that said, I'm going to ask Marla, do you call Stokes and add him to the call while they're starting the chase?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been looped in through message anyway, so.
Stokes, your phone rings again, and it's Marla, and it says group call.
Yeah. All right, I'll answer.
You hear someone
fuck
huffing and
now?
puffing. You hear someone yelling, "Stop!" And then whatever Marla says.
3 guesses as to what's happening right now.
Forget your safe word. What the hell you need me for?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Stokes, we've got Watson on the line, currently running from...
Ooh.
Or not running from... God, I'm sorry, this headache is getting to me, okay? Look.
He doesn't even know his
We've
own
got
teammates'
Stokes.
names.
Does not know who I am. And so that's
No,
offensive.
It's the Ron Swanson method. Call them by the wrong name, forget who they are, keep them down.
Oh, that's fucking great.
All right. So what do you need
So
from me?
look, where are you at your house right now? Where are you?
8 a.m. First goddamn week of break. Of course I'm home.
Yes,
Where the
8
hell am I
a.m.
gonna be?
This is Sunday at noon. This isn't even the next day yet. This is Sunday at noon.
It's noon. Of course I'm home asleep. Why? What do you need?
Okay, perfect.
About that
Something's
call from
happening.
the precinct?
Yes, essentially yes. So, ready for the spinner. Meet you outside in 5. Hopefully, we can get a little bit of a head start on this and just go back on vacation as soon as possible. Okay?
All right. Meet me on the roof. I got one of our spinners up there.
When that happens, Marla's door opens. She gets ready. She's a little disheveled and, tired and sleepy and hungover. She walks out. The camera cuts to Stokes on the other side. Stokes, how long do you count to wait before you leave?
I take my well-pressed shirt off the hanger, wad it up into my hands, put it on, maybe button it like one button off.
Okay.
Grab last night's noodles, and maybe slosh a little on my tie, just to complete the look.
Okay.
And I'll wait till I hear her, like, if she's down the hall or whatever, and then I'll leave.
And then the camera cuts down the hall to the elevator closing and her going up and you walking towards that same elevator, but from a different door. When that happens, and you guys make your way up to the roof of the spinner, up top there is a second spinner parked there that has the Tyrell Corporation on it, and 2 people are stepping out of the vehicle. It's parked like right next to yours. Guy raises his hand and says, "Excuse me, do you two have a moment to talk before you head out? We were told that you work for the LAPD and we have a couple questions if you have the time."
I think this normally works the other way around, where the LAPD would be asking you the questions.
Would if you were working.
Marla is going to just get into the spinner and sit in the passenger seat.
Okay. When you do that, he looks to his partner. She shrugs, and he looks back to Enzo and says, "Enzo, or sir, would you have a couple moments to talk here before you head out? It's involving the last case you were a part of."
Oh, hey, I'd love to chat. We are on our way to pick up someone, and it's kind of related to that, or not.
What?
Why don't you wait here? It's only going to take a minute. We'll be right back. You can wait for us, right? It's important, right? So we'll be back right away. And I would like to manipulate this mofo so he stays put.
And you're like walking to your car, like hitting the door to open it. All right. I am going to actually use strength and force to step in front of you. So we'll do some opposed rolls. Let's see if you get off this. Maybe you'll convince his partner to stop him. I have advantage unless you'd like to use a card to force disadvantage on me.
Yes, let's force disadvantage.
Oh, damn it. I knew you were going to. All right, we're going to use serving hands for it. Is that the don't worry? Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore one disadvantage or force disadvantage. All right. I guess I'll roll 1 die.
All right, here goes. Manipulation.
Fucking suck.
Oh, that's a 3 and a 12. Success.
You have a D12 for manipulation?
I got a fucking 12 for everything, baby.
So I got a 6. I got a 6. His partner walks up and she puts her hand on his shoulder. He's like, "Not now. It's not the time. We'll get him later. Just follow him," is what you hear.
Listen to your friend. She's smart.
And you get in the car and turn on the spinner. Boom. Boom. And it starts up. When it starts up, the camera pans way back, and they get in theirs and start up, and they start to follow you. My question to Marla and Enzo in the car, are you going to try to lose them, or do you not care?
Oh, I will 100% lose them.
Well then, this chase mechanic just became airborne and foot at the same time.
Double chase, let's go!
We're gonna go into. We'll bring you into the beginning of the next turn.
You get one chase tonight.
I know. You get two
On the ground and the air.
So I have my chase maneuvers here. I have my ground obstacles ready. I'm gonna flip ours, but let's hit enter for what we're doing on our end. I am doing other climb. These fucking obstacles. What the fuck? I'm going to the fire escape. You're doing cut off, so you can't run past Henry. I'm in a dead end. I'm not running past. So you're just going to try to get to the ladder.
Yeah,
before
essentially,
he does.
I need him to not be able to get away from Henry, whether that's past him or away from it. I am beating this motherfucker to the ladder.
All right, so you're doing that. I will tell you, I pulled umbrellas or thugs.
Oh, great. What do those even mean? Especially about umbrellas. What does that...
We want umbrellas? Okay. So he goes to climb. A group of people open a door next to one of the buildings and all open their umbrellas to kind of leave the building next door. All the neon umbrellas bobbing their way along this rainied area provide cover for the prey. A hide maneuver gets an advantage, and even if the prey didn't hide, the pursuer must roll observation to see him. So they're basically screening as he's trying to get to the ladder. If it fails, their maneuver for the round fails automatically. If any failed stand or shoot maneuver means a bystander gets hit. Oh, I love that. Thugs sucks more. D6. Can I get a D6 from the audience? D6 thugs block the area, threatening violence. So thugs come out of the door instead of umbrellas. The prey must roll connections to be allowed past. A failed roll means that the thugs attack. The chosen maneuver fails automatically when one of the thugs attacks in close combat. If connections roll is succeeded, the thugs will attack the pursuer instead. So do you want him to have possible cover or possible allies?
You know, I think we should probably go with umbrellas.
All right. What do you think?
We're both already injured.
Umbrella. Yeah.
Okay.
Umbrella sounds good.
Umbrella it is.
Rihanna walks out. Sounds good.
I have to roll. Boy, I don't have to roll anything. I just get a bonus. You have to make observations to see me. I'm going to try to climb out of here with my other. I'm injured, so I really suck at this right now. I have... Okay, I get the ladder and I climb up to the first rung. As you see the umbrellas going by, he runs to the ladder. As you go to cut him off before any of your actions can happen, you both need to give me observation rolls. They don't cost you an action. It's just a free thing that you roll to see if you see him and where he's heading to.
I got a 7.
That's 1.
10. Sorry, where I'm trying to locate. These are what I'm good at, so I have to find my higher dice. Well, that one rolled off the thing. Let's try that again.
As the music starts coming out of the arcade.
I got a 9 and an 8.
9 and 8. Okay, so you cut him off. He doesn't even get to the ladder. Or sorry, you don't cut him off. You see him. He's running to the ladder. You're doing the cutoff action. I start climbing. What is your roll for cutoff? Because that's probably going to change this entire scene if you make the cutoff roll. It looks like it's mobility. It'd be your mobility.
You want that for both of us, yeah? Because I put
did you do cutoff as well?
Yeah, I did cut off.
Both of you then. Both of you make me mobility rolls to cut him off.
Okay.
Trying to out climb him.
No, I got 2 5s.
Your injuries kick in as you start to climb up on top of one of the bins to, get the rail instead of the ladder to beat him out. What do you got, Mox?
7 and 4.
So that's 2. I only got 1, so you do cut me off. So he climbs up the ladder. You get above him. Do you climb up the garbage out there? How do you cut him off to get to that first level so I can't climb?
I think that there is a dumpster beside the fire escape, as in most alleys, and I'm gonna climb that dumpster and then grab onto that railing of that first level and pull myself up.
So that ends our chase. You are now technically engaged. Immediate hand-to-hand combat you can do against the prey. So if you would like to grapple them and you get success, if you get a success, you can hit him. If you get a crit, you can grapple him and, hold him in place.
Okay.
So you automatically become in hand-to-hand. Engage becomes hand-to-hand. So the chase is done with you two. We will be pulling initiative cards for you all. But that brings us to the other people.
Dead end helps.
Yep, dead end saved your ass. So we have initiative cards. We're doing initiative in the order. So for you guys, when we do initiative, I'll pull all 3 of our initiatives from the cards. But we'll start with our airborne chase. I really was not expecting to have airborne out of the gate here. Let me get rid of those obstacles. I'm going to draw my 1 obstacle from here. I need our driver to decide what they're doing for the chase. And then I will remind you, if you do decide to shoot out of the vehicle, Marla, you can. It is at disadvantage to shoot out of a vehicle. So this is not great for me, actually. Chase maneuver. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. Okay. I have mine ready. If you two want to put, actually just Todd, if you want to put in what Enzo is doing out of his chase maneuvers. Oh my God.
Don't allow that.
Okay.
I can type.
All right. You ready? And then Marla, if you know what you're going to do, if you're going to call somebody or shoot immediately, I don't know what type of person you are. Y'all ready,
Marla
Todd?
would wait and
ready.
follow Enzo's lead.
All right. Then I will take us to our big cam. All right. I am going to do hide and tail. Flee. Technically, you go first. The obstacle is pulled. The obstacle is you are fleeing. Thunder strikes and downpour starts, making it difficult to see, giving advantage on the hide maneuver.
Perfect.
And I'm hiding, so I have advantage, but you go first.
I roll to maneuver. I mean, my drive and roll.
Yep.
8 and a 10. Baby. That's 3 successes.
As you make your way through the rain, you don't see sight of them anymore. The rain comes down so hard, more than 2 car lengths away, like airspace car lengths, you can't see anyone. Driving is difficult. I would like an observation
Definitely
roll
lost him.
from
Fucking no.
Marla. An observation roll to see
Sure.
if you see them tailing.
Absolutely. Okay.
I am not great at this. You do have disadvantage. Would you like to use a card to ignore the disadvantage?
Yes, please.
All right. Disadvantage ignored. We're using Serving Hands card for that.
Yeah, no, that is very unsuccessful. But
Unsuccessful.
I do believe that there is a 1 to a 6 card available in play that I would love to cash in.
You're going to use a legendary card for this?
No. Never mind.
Do
You
it.
can. I mean, you're welcome to.
Do it?
4-parter. Do it.
Fucking do it.
Let's do it. We'll do it. Legendary. Let's go.
All right.
Save
so-
all the potions
so-
to the final boss fight.
So here's my question. I will remind you, you could just push the roll. For stress.
Push. Eh.
But you all are 1 resolve lower from this last job and not getting your full month of rest.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting to be called in today, so we're going to take the easy out.
All right, easy out it is. We're going to use the legendary card from Kyle. 1 to a 6. I would like you to know I only got 1 success as well. So they are, and you got rid of the disadvantage. So they are hiding 3 car lengths the way. And you catch them on a turn that they are still following you.
Ah, shit.
Dude.
You two pick your next maneuvers, and then we will go into initiative for the other group. Well, our initiative cards here in order. I'm going to just go across the screen and down, like that's the easiest way to do it. So the first one will be for Lennox. Lennox, the first card played is a 1.
Ooh, I get to go first.
The next card that's played that isn't a duplicate is a 2.
Hey!
The next card that's played after that is a 4. So technically speaking, Watson, you go first. They're climbing up the ladder. He looks at you. You can see the scar starting, like the wound starting to bleed a little bit. He's like, look. He's gonna kill me. I'll pay you the money back if you just let me go. That's what he's saying.
Word.
You're engaged. You can do whatever you want right now. You can start combat because I'm trapped between two Blade Runners.
Yeah. I want to try.
You could kick him back down the ladder. Like, up to you. I don't know what type of character you want to play.
I really, that was my first thought, and then I was like, is that an Everin thought? To kick him in the face and launch him back down the ladder. It might be an Everin thought. It truly is a Moxie thought. That's the problem. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna like literally kick him in the face and send him back down the ladder. And then I'm gonna like follow down the ladder because what I want is whatever that thing is. Like, was the bulge in his pocket earlier? Was that the bag of blood?
That's what he handed
you.
you.
Tech thing.
Nope, that's what he handed
just
you.
making sure. Okay,
He's
well
still
then I kind of
saying
have
it's
what I want.
He handed it to you.
I'm
He said
gonna check.
it's
I'm
tech.
gonna check it when I get back. I didn't bring it with me.
I know.
I wasn't gonna let a bag of Sarah blood with something in it pop in the middle of the street. That sounds like an awful idea.
You know
I
what
put it
guilt
on the
looks
table
like?
for a reason.
Immediately looks like
Yeah.
that.
That looks like I've murdered somebody. No,
So
thank you.
with that, it is hand to hand that you're going to be doing. I will give you advantage because you got higher ground. Like, you're definitely got advantage on this guy. Like, he's climbing a ladder, and it's starting to rain now. You can thank the other group for that.
Thanks.
So it's opposed rolls. You are attacking me. I am at disadvantage because I am climbing a ladder. I will do my damnedest. I'm gonna push. Okay, that's better.
And I'm doing, I assume,
You have
strength hand to
advantage.
hand?
It's strength
strength
hand to
force?
hand. Yep. No, hand to hand. It's hand to hand. So you're doing or if you want to just kick him down the ladder, I would allow force if you want. That would be fine. It's up to you. I think hand to hand is what you're supposed to use. I think
they're both the same.
I think hand to hand is damage.
About it.
And then if you get an extra success, you can crit, but I'd allow you to kick him down the ladder with that.
They're both bad.
So you roll your 2
don't-
dice plus a second of your lower because you have advantage.
Okay, cool.
So it's like D8 and D6, it'd be 2D6.
Yeah. Cool. I got 1 6, and the other 2 are not good.
Would you like to push? It costs a physical, it costs a health. And you get him back during shifts and stuff like that. But you could push and re-roll it. You can only push once for physical.
It costs me a physical whether I am successful or not.
Yes, no matter what, pushing costs you 1 health. So agility.
And I still get advantage.
Yeah, all the roll stays the same.
Okay.
It just costs you 1 health.
Oh, that's so much better. That's a 7, a 6, and a 3.
That's 2. That's all you need. That's 1 more. As you boot him, he falls back down the ladder and hits the ground right below, like right at the foot of Henry. He looks at Henry. He's like, "Look, man, I didn't shoot you there. You don't need to kill me. I've always been a good informant." And he's like holding his head, and he's starting to bleed worse. Question: did you or one of your team slit his throat?
Did one of my team slit his
Did
throat?
you or one of your team slit his throat?
I did not.
Okay.
That was not me, but I would say I wouldn't put it past my team if they did it for sure.
Okay. And then the next question for you is: a human or a replicant?
He?
Yeah.
Human.
Okay. Donald is a human. When he falls down and hits, last time you saw this guy was at Memory Labs. He was assisting Lilith in some of the procedures for crafting new memories. He went back into the back office to get supplies when the hit happened. You had not seen him since then. He is an informant. It's how you guys found Leah, was through him. You kind of got him to turn, and he's like, yeah, I'll take you 2 of them. He is definitely afraid of everybody, like I said before, because he has betrayed everyone at some point in time. What would you like to do? He's on the ground in front of you. You have advantage to pretty much every action right now.
I want to pick him up and slam him against the wall and hold my gun in his face.
Are we intimidating him?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
First thing that comes to mind when I do that to him, I'm just like, "Where is Sarah?"
All right, give me an empathy, manipulation, and you have an advantage on your roll, especially since you have a gun to my face. And which gun do you have, by the way? You have the new model, right?
Oh, I do have a newer model. So mine is kind of fancier looking. A PKD Blaster FKM 890.
What
baby.
round is currently on when you flip the switch?
What round?
Yep.
It is oh shit. Not lightning round. What is that?
The Sonic round?
Sonic round. Yeah, I got a
Okay.
Sonic round.
All right.
Chambered.
Great. I'm super worried.
Ooh, that is a 12 and a 6, baby.
A 12 and a 6?
12 and a 6.
All right, I'm going to roll here, everybody. I suck at this. I don't suck that much. I got 2. But you got 3. With the 3, he looks at you and goes, look, Henry. I didn't hurt Sarah. The part that I gave to your companion up there wasn't from me. It's from the lab. It's just how we store it. I put it in my sandwich bag because I didn't want it to get tracked. Don't kill me. And he puts his hands up.
Hey, can we continue talking? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. We're out of combat. I'm intimidated. I ain't doing shit. We're done.
Okay, good.
I'm
Just beat
fucking
himself.
over it.
What is it from her?
The bags in your companion's shop as the rain's downpouring right now, and she's climbing. I'm assuming back down the ladder.
Yeah, I'm coming down the ladder.
It's in Watson's shop. I gave it to her. It's a bag. It's blood. And the pieces in it. That's all I can tell you. Look, I'm not a bad guy. Well, I am. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. Okay? I just want Sarah back too. She's like a sister to me.
Sister. As I'm doing that, I want to make sure she's coming down okay and be like,
Yep.
Can we take him back to your place? You want to stay alive? You're gonna come with us.
She's got to stop recording. She said she was recording me, and you know how that turns out. You know how that turns out, right? And he like pats you on the shoulder like you're friends.
I told you that I stopped that recording, and also I told you it only occurred in the shop, and we're in an alley.
No offense, I only trust him. I don't trust you.
You said this man was going to shoot you in the head, and you
If he saw me and I didn't get to explain it, I thought he'd shoot before I get to explain. We have a rapport. And he's like tapping the gun in his face at the same time. Like, we have a rapport.
Yeah.
You were recording
that gun
me.
to your face.
You know what
really
recording's
does
like.
Make
You know
it
what,
seem like
Henry.
there's
You
a
know what
rapport
recording's like.
happening.
Look, don't
Because
listen to her. She's gonna record us. We should do this out here where it's safe.
I stick the gun into his mouth. And I'm like, shut up.
We could do that too.
Thank you
We
for
could do
that.
that
That's
too.
actually
That's fine.
super
We could do that.
refreshing.
We're fine. We're fine.
Can we go
But
back?
just
Can we go?
and he pushes to say, just remember, you owe me.
I already gave you money. I don't know you shit.
Not you. Not you. Him. You owe me.
What do I owe you?
You're alive still. Who do you think dragged you out of that wreck?
It was you.
Who else could it have been? And with that, the rain comes down as he's like putting his hands up, and we get to our chase scene between the two vehicles again. All right, I'm gonna pull an aerial obstacle. Marla, Enzo, what do y'all want to do? Why are some of these upside down? That's weird. Get your maneuver ready. I like the idea of that. All right, let me pull this card. Card is pulled. Chase maneuver.
Okay.
I'm going to continue what I'm doing. Okay. All right. All right, ready? I'm going to continue the hide tail.
I'm gonna block. I'm gonna brake check these cars that are between us. Maybe slow them down a
Here.
little bit.
I mean, you can turn on your sirens. You can do whatever you want. You're a fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna try to block.
That's why I can brake check.
It's true. You brake check. And as you do it right next to a huge neon billboard that works kind of like a red light and crosses the airspace it blocks. And you brake check as it passes. Any failed pursue flee maneuver here means the spinner crashes violently and the chase is over. For pursuers, that's me. The driver can choose to cancel the maneuver and pass the obstacle slowly and carefully, no roll required. Well, I am going to make a roll. I'm going to run into a fucking billboard and end this scene. Is that how this is going to go? I'm
so.
pursuing.
If both
You're
of your
the prey.
chases go this horribly tonight, I swear.
Yeah, I'm
The
okay
best
with this, though.
opening ever.
Ooh, I'm pushing. I fucking suck. I'm rolling a 10 and an 8 for this. I slam into the corner of the billboard when you brake check everybody. As he hits it, it cranes and he starts to land down on the roof as you see smoke and fire in the rain as he goes to land on the rooftop. Chase is over. I'm going to cut us to you guys landing in Watson's place because that's how scenes work in this game. They're quick as shit. As you touch down outside, Henry, Watson, do you bring him into the shop even though he's saying he wants to stay outside? I don't have a choice. He's just trying to make Henry side with him. He wants to talk outside. He doesn't want to go in there. He doesn't trust her. She records. The rain will cover up the recording, is what he's saying. Which is true. What do you want to do? Take him in or do the conversation out here before they touch down? Just so I know where to set the scene.
You letting us take him in?
Are you?
Are you gonna let us take him in?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm asking. He wants to do it outside in the rain where the audio can't be heard.
I will take him into my shop because I know what's in my shop and it's
Okay.
my place. Obviously, I think my shop is the most secure place in the world. I did all the tech in it.
Yeah, of course. You at least know what you're in for. Are you then, Henry, going to take him in? Make a mistake, man. I'll do whatever you want, Henry, because we're pals. I'll do whatever you want. As he like walks in front of him.
Shut the fuck up now.
Okay, I can do that too.
No more talking.
I can do that too. I can do that too. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna look at Henry and go, I know we've just met, but I really like you already.
Do you have the gun at his back, walking him into the shop?
No, I'm gonna place the gun in, but I'm gonna hold on to
Okay.
the scruff of it.
So as you grab the scruff, he's still bleeding. He's wounded, but not horribly. As you walk him through the rain, and Watson opens the place up, that spinner sound touches down. As the Blade Runner car, he catches it out of the side of his peripheral. He's like, I told you she was court. She brought other people, Henry!
Oh, for God's sake, that's my team. If you could shut up for 5 seconds. They're the other
We're
ones
gonna die.
that Sarah.
We're gonna fucking die.
Oh, you're not gonna fucking die. Shut up.
You will when you find out one of them were involved, you will.
Look, Enzo's about 5 days away from retirement and wouldn't do anything to fuck that over at this point. And Marla's been deep in martinis for the last week, guaranteed.
We're still screwed. And he follows you in as they get out of the car and head towards the warehouse as well. What does the inside of your warehouse look like, Moxie? Because I'm assuming this is kind of like got a lot of tech, but it's like that cobbled together, multiple monitors everywhere.
Yes. It's very much like the bits and pieces. Like the walls and stuff look like she has not really touched them. Like they've gotten a coat of paint, but it's mostly because she doesn't like the color the walls were in the warehouse. It's okay, but it's not great by any means. She's not really an interior decorator as much as, hey, I found another computer monitor. Where will it fit? And what can I hook it to?
So you're good at making computer monitor arms. Check. That's the level of your
she's
creativity.
got like she's got a bunch of custom stuff built in, things that maybe she's heard were an idea at one point or another at the station, and then they nixed it, and she was like, I can build that better anyway.
Okay.
And she's built it for herself here. So she's got lots of cameras, like sensors as far as if cameras would fail the second any like thing steps foot in this warehouse, anything that would try to get in through the ceiling. Like a lot of it is security based. She's got a couple of AIs that will help her with things. One is the warning system for when she needs to go back into work for things like this. There's one that's sort of for like her everyday stuff. things like that. Like the whole thing is so tricked out, and then like anything that is like sort of mundane to her, like literally like her bed and stuff is all very like normal, average. Like it's not anything fancy like Marla or Enzo would have.
Sure.
It's just like, hey, I've got to sleep at some point because somebody told me that sleep is important once, and I tried to stay up for like 4 days straight building, and then
And this is
having
all the stuff she's
hallucinations, so-
explaining as she walks into the place.
Yes, correct.
This is the. I'm assuming your character just
Yep, just keep
constant.
going.
Where do you put Donald at in the room? You put him in a chair and just keep an eye on him. And what Enzo and Marla, you walk in as well. Is there anything special that you're doing, or are you just kind of following in to set the space? Or are you going to talk about anything? I'm going to set the scene just as everybody inside of the warehouse.
So I'm gonna, as we're walking in, Enzo's gonna be like, "Not too bad for old man that had 4 pieces of shrapnel pulled from his leg last week, huh?"
Yeah, right.
You're doing great, Stokes. Okay. Watson, do you care to catch us up on who these people are, and do you have any gin or anything?
Donald goes, I have a flask.
Absolutely
We could
not.
be-
Do
we
not
could
drink
be-
what he's
we could
about to
share?
give you. No. The fridge is in the back. There should be at least wine in it, if not more. There's normally booze. Don't ask me if it's still in there.
I have
don't
whiskey.
know. I drank for the
I have
first
whiskey.
couple of
I have
days.
whiskey. Would you want whiskey? He's like trying to talk
Oh, dear
over.
God.
Fucking wine?
I'm
What is this, the kids' table?
Yeah, for real.
This is the kids' table. Look, I did my job. I dropped it off. I would like to go.
No. You're also going to need Stitch back up again. Don't know if you've noticed, but
I
it
can do
didn't
that
in the next
myself. I
part
did
of
it the first time. It's just split because I climbed a
Oh, it
ladder.
lasted super well.
You run from fucking Tyrell, and you let me know how it goes for you. And that's the car that just came after you two. The spinner was a Tyrell spinner.
Okay, hold on.
Not anymore.
First of all,
It's true. It's true. It's not anymore.
you don't do that. Don't Stitch. You've got people who could do that. Don't. It's gonna get so infected. Secondly, Tyrell. Can you tell us a little bit more about maybe why you were running from them? What have I missed? Can we get caught up?
Who are you asking? Was this what Donald says when he looks? You're asking me? I can tell you whatever you want.
I start by talking to Donald, but when I ask, like, can we get caught up, it's definitely going to be to Lennox, because I don't...
All right, she wasn't asking you. Henry, please keep your acquaintance quiet.
You want some whiskey? And he like
Dude.
points to Henry. He
Nice.
pulls a flask out.
Henry actually pulls out his own flask and undoes it.
There we
Cheers.
go.
To swig.
He goes to cheers. You like
Yes.
waits.
This
cheers.
dude,
I knew we were friends.
Mr. Throat Cut Open,
Donald
bleeding
Castor. My
profusely
name's
all over
Donald
my lap.
Castor.
I know your name. I do. I know your name. I just don't care enough in this moment.
Okay. Okay.
Showed up on my doorstep saying
Mm-hmm.
that he had a problem. I, out of the kindness of my heart, because I'm such a good and caring person, I say to Donald, as I remember, I kicked him in the face about 20 minutes ago.
Not even 20.
I let him in thinking that he needed medical attention because I am nice or something. And instead, I was asked if we were the people on Sarah's case, and then handed this, and I hold up the bag of blood with something floating around in it. He says it's from Sarah, and when I specified, like, from in Sarah, he said that that was not correct, but it would make sense when I looked at it. And then he talked about a man that was going to shoot him in the face and that he needed to get away. So I gave him some pocket change as a please get out of my warehouse gift. And then he turned around, saw Henry, and ran. But then I realized Henry was dead on the floor at Memory Labs, and I decided maybe I should keep up with this. So then I chased. And, you know, now here we are. And I'm saying all of the rest of this, like after I've held up the bag, the rest of that speech is all said looking down at my exam table as I'm like pouring the contents of the bag into a metal bowl and like shifting everything around, getting
When you
stuff out
do
of
and you pour
trying
it
to figure
through,
out.
the blood all falls in, and then some looks like a frame, like a small frame with skin stretched in it. Almost like it would probably be floating in a dish of some form, but the blood's probably to keep it healthy. And there are 2 sets of them, like slides almost. And he kind of as well when you pour it out. He's like, "Be careful, you don't." Oh, never mind. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
Thank you. I'm so
I'll let
happy
you try to
that you
figure
are
it out
getting
because you know
directions.
everything. I'll let you figure it out.
I just kind of stop for a second, look at him, and go, "Damn straight, I fucking know everything. Don't you ever forget it." And I will
You think?
work on this. Have I ever seen anything like that before?
Fuck no.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go. To
I
one of
know
my
everything.
computers
What
and
the
start
fuck
to
is
work on
this?
it. He doesn't need to know that. I'm gonna go over to my computer and seem very confident in that I know what I'm typing on one of my screens that he obviously can't see from where he is.
You like set the
But-
microscope up and start looking over it and trying to figure out what it is. It
Comparing
actually
it to like notes from
it takes
medical things that I've
2
done.
checks. It takes medical,
Okay.
and it also will take a. What is the other one? Tech, and it will take 2 shifts to identify this thing.
Okay.
Because it takes a long time to process it, go through everything. Now, with that said, we do have an easy ass shift. You could cut it in half with a card.
Yes, please.
All right.
I'll do that.
So we're gonna use Serving Hands easy ass shift. What are the rest of you doing as she's starting the shift? Is anyone helping her? If so, you can provide aid, which provides an advantage as long as you are trained in one of those skills.
I have advantage on both of these.
Oh, then never
already.
mind. They can't provide anything. Oh no.
Sorry.
Yes, you will need aid because it's a disadvantage because it's an unknown substance.
Well, then I roll it straight already. So yeah, if you give me aid, then I will get
Then you'll
advantage
get it
because
back.
I already have advantage on tech and medical checks.
Mhm. Is anyone good at those things besides you?
Great question. I don't know.
I do have some decent medical. Not great.
I'm good at both of those. I mean, it was my job. I mean, Henry can vouch. It was my job.
Your job is sitting there being quiet.
All right, I won't help her then. Okay.
So,
She's
Henry,
If I agree to
Last
let
I
him
heard you were
help,
salsa.
Henry, can you just point your gun at him the whole time? 'Cause
Where am I
don't
gonna
love
go?
The idea.
Dude, what am I gonna do?
I don't know, but I'd rather you not be able to do anything stupid.
Before he tries anything, I'll take care of him.
Well, the angry man
What
with the
were you,
cigarette's telling me no.
Well, angry person with the actual evidence in front of them is saying that you can, as long as angry one that
Okay.
cheers your flask will keep
Okay.
a gun on you at all times.
All right, I'll help you
So
out.
it's fine.
I'll help you out.
Thanks.
So that gives you
How
advantage.
nice of you.
So while you're doing this first shift, you can still talk during it. We'll roll at the end of the scene. We'll do a whole shift. During this shift, which is about, is it 4 hours or 6 hours? 6 hours, right? 6 hours or a shift? Is there anything the group wants to go over or make calls to spend their shifts while Watson is working on processing this? What is everybody else doing during this shift? Besides drinking. I already know that's happening. Wine is being opened.
Siggs had a question.
Sure?
I'd like to talk to Henry here for a minute if I can.
I can do both things at once. I'm just kind of lining up the microscope and stuff. Oh, Henry, I'm sorry.
Fuck this Donald kid.
Kinda, yeah.
As I was saying, last I heard you were salsa. Now I know Watson's decent with her job, but I know she didn't bring you back from the dead. What's the deal?
Well,
You on a
There
special
you go.
assignment?
you all
Off
heard
the book?
everything that happened at Memory Lab. Yeah, I was essentially salsa, but thankfully I got out. I've got my own connections to try to patch me up the best that they could. But yeah, after the whole gig with Sarah and Leah and all of them, thought case was closed. It was shootout happened. I was I was informed that Sarah's missing. She, whatever happened, she didn't make it to where she was supposed to go. Spent a lot of fucking time trying to find that kid. Trying to do right by what we're supposed to do, and now she's gone. Here I am, doing the same shit again. Not too happy about it.
Same shit, different skin job, am I right? Over and over again. Glad retirement's coming up soon, I'll tell you that.
Do I know of this other group as well too, Frankhouse?
I mean, someone on your team called for backup, and they're who were sent. So you've maybe have heard of them. It would be a check if you want to know like any details on them. Out of all of them, the most likely candidate you would know is probably Marla, because she probably has the highest profile. Enzo has just been on the force for a long time, so maybe you've heard the name. It's like, oh yeah, he's old. I mean, he's been in it for how many years? 13?
18.
Oh yeah, 18 years.
So-
He's old as fuck.
18 fucking.
Is that connections? Could I do a
It'd be connections,
then?
correct.
Okay.
No advantage or anything. You don't have access, so.
Okay. I got a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you've heard of them. You don't know them personally. You know he's trying to retire. You know that. I mean, I guess you would probably give the basic description. So Enzo is a officer of 18 years. You know that Marla has a lot of contacts, knows a lot of people, moves around in not only society but mostly within the LAPD. Well. And then you would know that Lennox is kind of like a technical genius. They rely on her to do a lot of stuff in the labs. She has probably the most science skills out of everybody. And then they were sent to pick up Sarah. You know, one of your group handed off Sarah to them. And they also helped with the gunfight. They helped take the hit team down. Each one of them got injured. And then when the attack happened on the precinct, once Leah, which was the Nexus in question, who was a Blade Runner, and Sarah were brought back, that case room that you were all working got attacked by a drone. Missile hit it, killed Leah, killed the surviving members, which you would have read in the newspapers from your group, and then they all got injured from it. Sarah was fine from it, though. Sarah apparently was shipped off before that happened. That's all the information you would have from newspaper. You wouldn't have anything from an LAPD standard because you haven't been back.
No, that's fine. I was curious just how much info I knew on them. Yeah.
As for trustworthy or not trustworthy, that's hard. They're LAPD. I guess it's more trustworthy than not LAPD. It's definitely more trustworthy than Donald.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. New day, different skin job, absolutely. Aren't you gonna be retired soon, aren't you?
Any minute now. Just got to get my nest egg put together. You know what I mean?
You all weren't put on vacation for a bit after all this was done?
Yeah, you know, I took 5 fucking pieces of shrapnel into my leg, and nobody's giving a shit about this. I mean, I didn't wind up technically dead, but you know, supposed to be convalescing. You know what I mean? Like paradise, taking a break. Call me back into work. Bullshit.
If you ever become dead, you can join the club.
Oh yeah, I plan on passing away from this job pretty soon. You know what I mean?
How many years?
18 fucking years.
Yeah, I just hit my 10. Still dealing with all this sort of bullshit too.
Respectable.
Yeah, a lot of respect for you, my friend. But this guy over here, he's the one that helped us find Leah and Sarah.
I sure did.
Yeah, you did. But just curious. I mean, you guys were the ones that we handed her off to. What other information do you guys got on what happened to her?
And when she was in the skimmer, no idea, man.
Weren't able to track it. Didn't know who was driving it at all.
Probably some. What's a slang term for one of the officers? One of the
Suits?
One of the suits? One of the...
For what? Oh, for like a regular cop?
Suits, uniform.
Or for a Blade Runner?
No, for one of our...
They're just police officers. There's officers. You can call him whatever you want. You can call him a copper top. I don't care. Whatever you want.
Probably some uniform. I don't know. I didn't pay close attention. I had metal in my shin and my thigh. You know how it is. You died.
Yeah. Hopefully just the one time. Never want to do that again. But, just gotta find this kid, man.
Well,
You think that something's done and it gets opened back up, and especially everything that we went to try to protect her, and then also, what, Donald?
well, I can help with that when this is done. I mean, I can answer some of your questions if you'd include me in your little
In the group, you want a question? You said that your job was to drop this piece of Sarah off. Who gave you the job? Who told you to do it?
I was told if anything was to happen to Sarah and the press got a hold, I was to deliver a piece of her to the Blade Runners. And I thought you were dead when I dragged you out and patched you up. I couldn't give it to you. All your shit's broken. And I saw those people leave, and I looked them up and asked around, and, you know, I asked some of my contacts within, and they mentioned Enzo. I was like, no, I'm not talking to that guy. No offense. And then they mentioned the woman who's really good at tech. I was like, maybe she knows medical. So I brought the part here because that's what Lilith told me to do if anything ever happened. But I was supposed to do it before Tyrell shows up.
Who told you to do it?
Lilith. She owned the memory lab, the place you guys raided, or, well, went to speak to Leah at. That's Sarah's mom. And she was dead when you showed up. And Leah was standing there. And she swears she didn't kill him.
So Leah's dead. Lilith was
Lilith is dead. Leah was alive. Sorry.
Lilith is okay.
Yeah, they had to use two names of the hills. They're assholes. They're like every player character ever.
How did Lilith give you the order to then?
Oh, it's been a long time going. Anytime anything happened, if the lab was ever attacked or press got a hold of what was going down, I was supposed to give this information to a Blade Runner about Sarah. That they would know what to do.
Okay.
That's what I was told. Lilith is her mom. Leah was the whack job fucking replicant. You know she's a Blade Runner. She went AWOL. Killed a whole bunch of people. I read the newspapers. None of that was true. She did not kill anybody. She defended herself. Someone fell off a balcony, but she didn't, shoot anybody.
So how exactly does Tyrell Corporation fit into all this?
What do you mean? She's Lilith Tyrell.
Lilith Memory Lab. Yeah, that tracks.
Drank a lot this week.
She's got it in her hand.
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, she's one of the Tyrells. She creates all the best memories for Tyrell's, working dolls.
Did. Remember, dead.
Okay. Did, was, has, whatever. It was a paying job. I don't care. I wasn't friends with her. I was paid to do this. I did the job. And now here I am looking at skin tissue. And sure enough, what you're looking at looks like small bed frames, like little tiny bed frames with skin stretched out in them and stitched to the outside edges. And it's alive. That's the first thing I'll tell you as you're going through the shift. It's living skin.
Good to know. Am I making my rolls now?
Is there anything else that needs to be done during this shift? Are you guys contacting anyone? Is anyone going to LAPD, or are you going to wait till tomorrow to start your workday?
I am not going into the station until tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because after the shift will be at about 4 or 4:30. I don't know if there's any leads anyone wants to run down before you get into work, or do you want to see what this is first? If so, we'll fast forward to the end of the shift.
For me, it depends on what is about to.
All right, give me your rolls. Let's see what we have at the end of the shift here.
Would I have gotten the information from my contact at the LA?
Oh yeah, there's a flasher on it right now.
Yes.
We can go over that as well.
Okay.
A 7, a 6, and a 4.
7, a 6, and a 4. So 2 successes. You know
That's
that
for
this is skin
medical,
tissue.
I guess.
Whichever one you want to do first. Your choice.
I'll do med first.
It is skin tissue. The metrics that Marla gets, it matches the gene sequencing for Sarah. So she gets like her medical records. She gets information on her. She was like 8 years old. She was Lil Tyrell's daughter. It matches that. The blood in the bag matches it. It's identical. What doesn't make sense is the skin is technically growing at a rapid rate. So like, but with the second success, I can tell you within the course of a month, it'll grow to about 5 years old. Like
What I have in front of me.
You know, it's a rapid growing skin type.
Okay. I'll do tech now.
Sure.
I have a 10, a 7, and a 5.
So 3 successes. Between you and Donald looks at you when the information comes across the screen, and he leans in and he says, I think you should keep this to yourself. Would you like the information separate?
Yes.
Uh,
I'm gonna go to Moxie. Everybody who wants to take a bathroom break, feel free to do so.
I gotta pee.
Do you have a?
Up the stairs. It's the first door on your right.
Up the stairs for a door to the right.
We're down the block from Piss Alley, remember?
That's true. He looks at you, looks at the skin, looks at you, and he says, look, if these numbers are real, the skin is replicant skin.
I know.
Right. But replicant skin is made like a sleeve. You put the replicant in, and it never grows. It's always that replicant. Forever.
Yeah,
They don't age.
I mean,
They're immortal.
I know how they work.
Right. But if this skin grows, but it has replicant skin, I mean, their skin's no more durable. Like, you cut it with a knife like everybody else. Why would you make this?
Next
Telling you,
generation.
if this is stolen tech, this ain't Tyrell. This has got to be Wallace Corp. They make all the replicants.
Think Sarah is a next version, like a test?
I don't know, man. I don't like this though. At all.
Not exactly having a ball myself, but
You ever think that maybe we're in over our heads, you just send this to the LAPD and we just wash our bloody hands of it?
I go back to work in the morning. I'll decide by then.
Look, if this goes into the database and Wallace finds out, Tyrell finds out, they are going to fucking come after you. Remember the hit? That was fucking Wallace that showed up and gunned the place down. And they told everyone to be quiet about it. I read the papers. They said that it was a Nexus 8 model, that all this. I fucking was there. That was a Nexus 9 Blade Runner. I don't give a shit what they say. Leah was a 9. I mean, she was attractive, but she was a Nexus. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
I
he's
know.
getting louder about it.
Hey, what happened now? You should keep this to yourself. That's not going to be able to happen if you're the one that tells everybody else.
Look, man, Wallace will kill anyone and anything, and you'll never know it's coming. You'll never know. You'll just be dead one day.
If I tell them I'm fucked, and if I don't tell them I'm fucked,
If I were you, when you go in
to
tomorrow, I just wouldn't submit it to the records. You know what I'm saying? I've heard about how that shit works. Just leave it out until you know more. Because if that goes in and they go to the records, I guarantee someone's going to read it and it's going to get back to Wallace or fucking Tyrell and this whole shit show starts up again. And then it's raining fucking body parts.
When I go to submit the report tomorrow, I'm just going to say that you brought me a bag of blood. Not that there was anything in the blood, that I was brought a bag of blood.
You're going to have to keep
tested
that
to
skin
match
in
Sarah.
there or it's going to die.
Well, then
I wouldn't say shit.
separated. Ah, fuck.
You said you need the blood. I brought enough to fit those two in and keep them submerged. That's how I took them out of the dish. And I didn't bring the dish in case they can track that shit.
Then fuck it, you didn't bring me anything.
Okay.
And I will figure out what to write in this report tomorrow, and I'll tell Enzo and Marlon not to say shit.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. My job is pretty much done. Like, I delivered this stuff. I would love to go. Do you have a back door out of here? God will just leave. We'll call it a day. And he puts some money on the table.
Is it more money than what I gave him?
It's a full point. It's one more. It's a full point.
The full point?
Mm-hmm. Just let me go out the back. I'll slip out. You can say I fled. I don't give a shit what you do. Look, it's better for you. It's sure as shit better for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the money and
Okay.
pocket it.
All right.
Okay, back
I
door.
do need you to make me a roll for that before we bring everybody back.
fine.
You're gonna have to make me a stealth, which is what sleight of hand is. So you're gonna be making agility and that.
Agility and okay.
And stealth.
10 and 6.
I'll write that down.
And
You said 10 and 6?
it's a D10 and a D6 for me.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you rolled a 10 and 6. I was like, damn.
No, that would have been great though. No, I actually rolled a.
I just need to know how many successes you got.
I rolled a 7 and a 5.
So you got 1.
Yep.
All right. Look, you have a good day. End of the shift. I'm peacing out. So as everyone starts showing back up, I'll take us to the big map. Shift goes by. Are you going to share? What are you going to share with the group from what you know?
I think I'll at least say, so this is all Sarah's. That much is definitely true. Everything matches Sarah's DNA that got pulled before her. She got put in the spinner. It definitely belongs to her. This skin is a little bit different than what I've seen before. I'm gonna need more time with it before I can figure out a lot. It definitely doesn't match medical records, but what I think we can all agree on here is that when we submit the report tomorrow, we're not gonna say shit. Cool? Cool.
What do you mean different?
It's not normal skin. It's definitely not human skin. That much I can give you.
You're saying that it's what, like replicant skin?
Yeah, Sarah's not human. There's no way.
There is no such thing as a replicant child.
That seems very impossible. It's never been on record before.
Just because it's not on record doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But I'm telling you right now, this skin isn't human skin. This is manufactured.
Any way you can find a tag on it or something that could say where it was if there's like any, what is that, the coding thing that you do, DNA, any way that you can track that?
We do have a I know someone card. If anybody wants to play I know someone for replicant stuff.
Absolutely play it right now.
All right, we'll use serving hands I know
something
someone.
I can track. Serial numbers themselves for replicants aren't put on skin. They're put either on like bone, eyes, things like that.
Correct. Something solid.
I can call someone though. I've got a pal of mine. We trained together, but I made the force and they didn't. But they went on to work in a lab.
I'll give you a little bit of a person then. If we want someone for this, there is someone in Chinatown that works out of the back of the pachinko parlor that you could talk to that deals in repairing replicants. Doesn't say if it's illegal replicants or legal ones. He just patches them up when they're, get damaged because it happens.
He's a repair guy of sorts.
Body doctor.
Yeah, if anybody knows anything about this, it'll be him. But I'm gonna definitely say that if it was made at Tyrell, then the chase is because they're being protective, and if it was not made at Tyrell, the chase is because they wanted it.
You guys could go there at the next shift and talk to them.
Yeah, I can head down there after we're done here.
Well, shift's up. You did your research. I will tell you it has been eerily quiet. I need an observation roll from everybody but Watson, because Watson's been busy.
Fair.
And the person who's been drinking the whole time, disadvantage.
Sorry, Allie.
Manipulation might get you an advantage, but
I got an 8.
okay. So 1 success for you. Anybody else get a success?
No. 3 and a 1.
Okay. Allie, would you give it disadvantage?
Oh, hold on. With disadvantage, yeah. I've got a 6 and a 1.
Wherever Donald was, he ain't here anymore.
Donald's gone.
Mm-hmm. It's been very quiet.
Marla emerges from the kitchen and she's like, "Oh, great. Our gutter friend is gone already. Were we done?"
Take a shit, and now he's gone. Nobody saw him.
Took a shit and he left. Correct. That is absolutely correct. That is exactly what happened.
I had my head in this, obviously. It's not exactly every day you get a child that's not human, so I was a little busy to realize where, whatever his name is.
That's some big fucking news.
You have cameras, like, here? Maybe we can see where he went off to.
I don't have a ton on this floor. I do, but they only activate when I leave. But I probably have some around back that maybe would have caught him. I doubt he would have went out the front. That thing stays locked permanently forever. Not that the back doesn't, but it's easier to get around. Mostly because people can't usually find the back door.
Yeah? I mean, you guys are welcome to spend time looking for him if you want. If you want to try to track him, it's a roll, and it will take a shift to try to track him down.
Yeah,
because that's how this game works.
Do you all want to take the time to try to find him, or should we head to my friend that does body repairs?
His name is Cujo Ham, just so you know.
Yeah. Because Cujo only operates on, Cujo hours, which is sort of the
pachinko parlor hours.
Late night, which, it's not. Normally, when you're sleeping, he's awake.
I mean, basically the parlor, it's 20, I wouldn't say it was 24. It probably opens up at like 8 o'clock, this pachinko parlor.
Yeah.
So you'd have a shift if you want to try to track him, or you guys could rest, recover a stress if you have it, or an injury if you have it, and then head out, because you can rest for a shift. And I will remind you, out of your shifts for the day, if you don't rest at least one, you start having some penalties that stack up, and you start taking damage on failed roll. Because you have to make a roll to, like, basically stay awake. So you could take a rest, everyone could chill and just relax and take a rest, and then go to the pachinko parlor, or you could try to track him down.
You don't mind, can I look around your warehouse, see if he's around here? I'm gonna see if I can find that little shit.
Go for it.
All right, if you want to do it, you can give me a roll. I would assume this would probably be... Is it insight or observation? It's observation. Okay. Insight's reading people.
I'm gonna push.
I'm gonna push for one, okay. It is a mental, so you take a stress.
Okay. I got 1 7, a 7 and a 1.
He went out the back door. He snuck his way out very quietly. He left a towel in the door. It is cracked. There is some rain coming in, but he never let the door fully shut again, just enough for the sensor to hit, but he patted it. It made no noise when he left. Probably went to get something out of the back to help with this, and he just left the last, 15 minutes of the shift. You could try to track him through the fucking downpouring rain, but no promises.
I'll, could I put out the word to, some of my contacts in the area and maybe keep an eye out for this little shit?
If you would like to make a call and spend a shift calling all your contacts, you're welcome to do that. It would be a connections roll.
Like a connections? Yeah.
Yep. Connections roll. It's not in person. It's a disadvantage. If you want, you can spend a card to wipe the disadvantage.
Could I actually use an assist to...
Sure, you could do it that way to wipe. Yeah, absolutely. But that means you both are not resting this shift if that's what you're doing. Which is fine.
That's all right.
Okay. All right, just making sure. So nobody rested besides Moxie. Did your character rest during this to get that stress back?
I would have had to because I had to spend stress earlier to push.
All right, so I'll put one rest for once and everybody else is working.
While you all are doing this, I literally went up to the loft and I was like, let me know if you found anything, but I got a little fucked in the chasing him down, and if you want me to be able to do anything, I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit.
I'm gonna rub this one off.
I'm just gonna take a small nap up in my bed while you all clatter around on the first floor.
Okay.
I'll be in the loft if you need me.
I'll just be making calls for a couple of hours. Get some sleep.
Okay.
Fucking kids, man. No energy these days.
You all hear the sound of rain from the loft. It is not on the roof. It is her white noise machine, and she's
So as you do this and start sending all your calls out, you can make a connection roll with Marla helping you. There's no disadvantage, so it's just a normal roll.
Okay. Whoa. Stay in the box. One success. I got a 3 and an 8.
Would you like to push?
I don't really give a shit about this kid.
So look out 1 for Donald. All right. We'll keep an eye out for you. If we find him, you paying, right?
Yeah. Just keep it between you and me, you know?
As always. And everybody kind of gives you the same rigmarole going through, as long as you're paying, we'll keep an eye out. So if he is in this area, I will have a group roll to see if anyone sees him in this area during the next shift. Or if he tries to find a hotel or somewhere to stay, we'll see what you get back on your quiet APB. With that, is there anything that Henry's going to do during that shift, or are you going to rest as well?
Actually, Henry would go back to them, let them know that he snuck out the back, and he would be like, look, I don't know if you all got a report back to your precinct or whatnot, but I'm going to hit the streets, see if I can find him. Hit up some of my contacts as well, too. If you guys hear anything, let me know, and I'll go get him. But if you guys have to go back to the precinct, don't say anything about seeing me. All right? Remember, I'm out. Keep it between us right now. You hear?
No skin off my back.
2 dick.
What did you say? 2 dick?
His last name.
2 duck? Yeah, 2 duck. Fucked. So
that's what I said.
And I'll just I'll tip my hat to him. I'll give him my info if they don't have it. If they can contact me.
Sure.
And I'll leave.
Are you gonna go try to track him, or are you going to follow this group where they go?
I'm gonna see if I can track him.
All right. You could give me an observation roll. It's a disadvantage. It is downpouring rain. Or if you want to try your connections, you could ask around. But you're looking for a crit on it with a disadvantage. We have a card to wash disadvantage if you'd like to use it.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so... Or we have, if you make a success, you could wait. We do also have check it again. You check the facts again, you get an extra success. That's another option, but you have to at least get 1.
Okay, yeah. When I'm leaving too, I'm going to I pull out my flask and take a sip. I'm going to get that stress back.
All right, so we're going to use the ignore it disadvantage. That's from Allie. And then we have another don't worry, or not don't worry, but check it again. In case you get a success, you can stack it up.
Okay. I got 1 success. I got a 2 and a 9.
All right, we check it again. Yes, they saw him head deeper into Chinatown. He asked around for anyone who can do medical. And so he's going to some form of like a small medical service station.
Okay.
Basically, probably needs tools to fix himself. You do know he is able to do like surgery and shit like that.
Yeah. Collar goes up and...
You're following him? All right, so you're following him. Sleep, rest, tracking, everyone does what they do. We're going to set the scene at the Pachinko, and probably we'll end up closing out there, but I want to at least put it on screen and get us set up for our next show before we go in for the first day. I'm going to take us to the big screen. So the Pachinko parlor is just full of people right now. It is loud. Machines are going off. You can hear everything falling down. In the center, when you walk in, which is from the south, you can hear a man laughing in the center as he grabs a mic and says, "Tonight, anyone who successfully hits within the next 15 minutes, not only will we pay double, but I will fix any part on your broken ass skin job body." And he starts walking towards the back of the Pachinko parlor. It's a large human being. He's tall enough that the short 6-foot machines, he towers over top of. And then when you guys walk in, he makes a sidelong glance. A couple of the machines up front also make some glances at you, and they put their head down and go back about doing their work. You ever walk into a lion's den? This is kind of what it feels like. With that,
fucking lions.
are you the lions? Oh, okay. Okay. You're the lions. I'll keep
You
that.
see a lion with a gun and a badge?
So I'm going to put you on the map. You should be able to move your tokens around. I'm putting you towards the front. Henry, I'm going to put you outside in case they call you in, but you're on the lower left as you walk into this place. The back of the facility, you can see there are lights through a window in the northeast corner. It looks like maybe there's an office back there. The big guy walks through, does not make eye contact on the immediate glance. Walks back, you hear the door open and shut over the top of all of the Pachinko machines as he slams it. What does the group want to do for this shift while they're here? You're pretty sure most of the people here are replicants. Can't hear you, you're muted.
Like, I've been here before, and no part of me has ever, like, really made a difference. Like, and I've talked about this with my, what's his name again? I've already forgotten. I'm so bad that he's my friend.
Huh? I didn't say he's his friend. I said you know someone. I never, ever said you were friends.
Fair enough.
His
Whatever
name is Cujo.
his name is.
Cujo Ham.
There we go. I've been here for Cujo at least a couple of times, and I've made very clear to Cujo that my job is about me putting away shitty people, not about who those shitty people are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm good. And I'm just gonna follow Cujo, because I got questions.
All right, so he's in the back corner, if you want to talk to him. He's in the very, very back in the small room. Is anyone else doing anything to set up their shift and scene? And do you guys contact Henry to let him know where you are? Or are you leaving him out of this?
I think that before we left, we would have let Henry know where we were heading.
Okay. Henry, would you have head this way or no? Everything's a spinner away, so it's not like you couldn't be there to the next shift if they needed you. But would you have followed here?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. So you go to the back scene. So if you're going to the back, I'll move you. This is the office. Where are the other two going?
I think Marla's gonna hop down and sit at a pachinko machine.
You're going to play?
Close enough.
Turn the grid off here.
I think that would be a good way to rejuvenate myself.
Oh, you're going to take a shift and rest here while everybody else does the work?
I I'm close enough that if things go awry, my rest can end. But
Okay, if things go bad, you'll end your rest shift. That's fucking. I love it. She's like, someone walks up to you. They come over. They are a gorgeous blue-haired woman in a sequin dress with some form of like animated serpent moving around it. And she turns around and her back displays all of the drinks on the dress. She's like, just touch whatever you'd like to eat or drink.
Marla is gonna go ahead and order.
As soon as you reach within, like, to touch it, there is a hologram that like comes out around you, and it offers personal services. As soon as that happens, it closes down. You can see a large hand on her shoulder picking her up and moving her away from you. Cujo's like, no, not them, and sets him down as he bolted out of the office past Watson to stop this person from interacting with you.
Okay, duly noted.
If you want a drink, there's a machine on the fucking wall.
Joe, she's good people. And she's
No,
just
no,
people ask a
no.
question.
Don't care what you say, Watson. We don't serve Blade Runners here. They can get their own shit.
Fair enough.
And he starts walking back towards the office. The woman turns around and goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You look great. And she like turns around and like walks to another person at a machine.
As she's like, before she turns away, Marla's just gonna mouth like, great dress.
Can I get an observation roll from you just so you can see what was on the private menu?
110%.
Because it just flickered on and went away.
Okay. That's not great. That's a 4 and a 1 on both D10s.
4 and a 1. Do you want to push? Since you're going to be resting?
Yeah, let's push. Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
give me a roll.
Ooh, I got a 10 on one die.
The personal services here are all replicant replacement pieces. They basically upgrade replicants here illegally.
Interesting. Okay.
There is a symbol of, in the corner, there's a pachinko piece with like a Saturn ring around it almost. And the symbol's red. And it's got like stars and stuff in the background before he took her away. To give you an idea in case you want to do anything instead of resting. With that, he walks in the back office. I'm going to switch to the back office map to set up our closing sequence here. So, in here's back office. He opens a back door and starts heading through. So he's kind of like walk through two pieces. This is like a turnstile area where people can get service at the counter. For those who are there, you can move. Anyone who's going to go in with Watson can. And he's the back at the desk. And the entrance is through here. This wall kind of like unwraps and you can walk in. Anybody else going in out of the group?
Basically gonna sit in this little chair back
Okay.
here.
What about Stokes? You going in to cover with her, or are you also taking a break? You're moving to a closer pachinko machine? Okay.
I'm going to rest my wounded leg here at near the door.
Okay. So you're staying near
Just
the
sit
door.
at one of these chairs. Yeah,
Okay.
stay near the door, keep an eye on things.
So when you walk in the back room, there are cases.
When he gets here.
There's cases everywhere. He is closing all the filing cabinets and stuff. You've never seen anything open in this back room anytime you've been, Watson. And he says, can't believe you brought a bunch of goddamn Blade Runners into my pachinko parlor.
Don't worry about them. They're
Don't
Marla's been
worry.
drunk for a
That
week.
is the only thing a replicant does. They retire people like it's a fucking siesta.
My team doesn't do that shit.
Please. I've heard about the old man out there. That dude will do anything to make a problem go away. I got
I'm
3
the
on my
reason-
connections roll.
I'm the reason that he hasn't done more. So
Oh boy. Until you're the problem. Look, what do you need? You don't come here unless you need something, and you sure as shit don't need anything from me. Are you here to play some pachinko? Would you like a membership card?
One of these days, I am going to take you up on that membership card. You make that joke every time I come, but one day I'm going to say yes.
What do you need, Watson?
When you've been making repairs lately, what kind of skin have you been working on?
The fuck kind of sick question's that?
Just go with me here. Is it like the standard, like, One Piece situation? You'd put a replicant in it and we're done? Like, it doesn't grow, it doesn't do anything extra?
Look, are you asking me how I'm dressing the dolls that walk through this place? I don't dress dolls, I repair them.
No, I'm asking you the repairs that you're doing. I started
depends,
with
man.
the
They
repairs.
get abused by their significant others. They have a wound because they've been walking the streets forever. They're working in labor. Their fingers are torn up, and I'm patching things up, gluing shit back on. I fucking got a stockpile of super glue as he hits a box, and it's just full of super glue.
Is it growing?
The super glue? No.
No, the skin. Is the skin growing? Is it like mending itself?
I'm sorry.
Getting?
Are you asking me if replicants can heal? You take the
I don't
wound,
know.
you
what-
vacuum out and suck out all the blood, you push it together, you have a clamp that holds it, and you glue it together, and you iron it down.
Then let's, in an imaginary world, stay with me here.
I live in a
hypothetical
pachinko
situation.
parlor. This is basically as imaginary as it gets.
Perfect. Then we're right in the right place. Stay with me in this train of thought. If a replicant were to come in here and need a repair, and you notice that their skin was different somehow.
This sounds like the most racist conversation I've ever had.
No, it's not. Okay, let me fix this. Let me just fix this.
I need you to give me a manipulation roll at disadvantage.
Dear God, I just don't want to say every word.
Perfect. I know. You should have sent in the white-haired woman who talks circles around everybody, even when she's loaded.
Well, she doesn't know what's happening. You said manipulation, right?
Yes, disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm looking.
I'm taking 2 of my lower dice, and I take the lowest.
So you take your 2 dice. You take your dice, whatever you have. If you have advantage in manipulation, which I don't think you do, you would wash. Otherwise, you take the lowest die away, and you get 1 die. That's how disadvantage works.
I only get my D8.
You only get your D8, and I'm looking to see if there is any.
But I got a 7.
I don't see. There is an ignore it if you would like to ignore the disadvantage.
I'll ignore it. That's
Okay,
fine.
so
I
roll
got
your
1
other die.
success, but I'd love if I could have 2. Oh, well, what do you know? I did get 2. That's a 7 and a 6.
All right, I'm rolling a D12 and 2D10. I am gonna push. What is your total?
I got a 7 and a 6.
He hits the button and closes the door. Outside, Marla, you see the door close. And you can see her looking at you. And you see the back of this 6'8" man built like a barrel with arms like the size of a pony keg. Like he is a large human. And the door closes. Now they're in there together, and the shutters on the stand also close. Are you doing anything because you're the closest person?
Would it be possible to do an empathy roll, looking into...
It'd be insight.
Insight.
I'm trying to see if this is hostile.
Mm-hmm.
Good roll. You don't need much.
Got a 12 on one of my dice.
That's 2.
Ooh, nice.
It's 2.
And a 1 on the other D12.
That's 2 though. That's 1 more than me. 100%. 100% gonna turn into a hostile situation. If she says anything else wrong, she's toast.
Great.
Okay.
She's asking a lot of questions that
At this
this
point,
man
I've already
doesn't want
resigned
to
to just
answer.
tell At this point, I've already resigned to tell him the truth after
Right,
this. If
yeah,
I still
right.
get
But he's
murked,
shutting.
that's
He's
that.
shutting the
Yeah,
gates and
no,
everything.
That's fine. That's fine.
Do you sell soaks?
Is this? I got a question.
Yeah.
Is this Plinko Stinko in our database as a replicant?
No,
The owner?
he's when the blackout
he's
happened, he
human.
has never been re-registered.
Hmm.
Human or replicant. That's the biggest problem
We
right
don't
now in
know.
the world. A lot of people aren't
Right.
registered.
Okay.
For those who don't know who are watching this, what happened is there was a blackout and all medical database, knowledge, thumbprints, everything went away for both humans and replicants, which allowed everyone to basically go into hiding again, which means all the crime rates started fucking going up again. So it puts the group in a kind of shitty situation. Sure enough, they close. Are you doing anything, Marla? Did you say you did tell Enzo? I didn't hear that. I apologize.
Yeah, I sent a quick message over
Okay.
to Enzo.
Enzo, you hear it as
and
well?
then,
You know what's going on. Doors closing.
Well, shit.
And I will-
So I'll make my way back.
Okay.
And Marla is going to stumble up to the door and give it a light knock.
It looks like a wall. It basically boom, and slides into place, and it looks like that round part of the wall.
Okay, cool.
And there's shutters on. There's shutters on that little stand in front of it. They like kind of like metal grates drop down, and there's a door in there, but it's metal grates that just drop there. Nobody's in there right now.
Okay.
He probably usually stands in
Okay.
there.
All right.
So Enzo, move yourself to wherever you want to
Anyway.
be. You the way this works is zone movement. Basically, you can move half the distance of this building as a one move action because it's a 2-zone building. So you can move halfway into the room in the middle of the pachinko pieces. She can go wherever she wants on that half or come back towards you. So I need you to put yourselves where you are before we close and I cut to something. Okay?
I'll go that far.
All right. Inside, he gets up and he walks across the room past you. The shadow from the lights casted on you. And he goes, "You're asking a lot of questions, Watson. And that's not normally how we do business."
I'll level with you, okay?
And you
This
hear
is not-
a button get hit, like a depression, and the back wall starts to open where you see the mirror on the wall.
This is not a work call. This is a personal call.
You know, Blade Runner, everything's a fucking personal call.
Sarah, you heard about her? This little girl that was found at Memory Labs. It was
I don't
in a
give a
case
shit.
that happened about a week ago. She's a replicant.
I don't know anything about her. When it opens up in the back, it slides open and he grabs some form of automatic rifle out of the armory. But on the back of the door, you can see this glowing blue and red sheen with a bunch of little tiny, like, dividers in it. And they look very similar to the rack that the skin's in as he shuts it.
Open that back up.
He shuts it.
No, hey, please listen to me.
And he
Please.
turns
Just
around and he
2
has the gun
seconds.
over his shoulder.
I know why you have the gun out. Please just give me 5 seconds.
So here's
Okay,
how this
5
is
seconds,
gonna go. I'm gonna pull the fire alarm and everybody in the building's gonna leave. And all the other people out there who work with me and I work on are going to help escort your people out politely. And I'm gonna escort you out back and I'm gonna put 2 bullets in you and we're gonna end this investigation really quick. Sorry, Watson.
This is
You fucking pried in the wrong goddamn time.
hey, this isn't an investigation. Just listen to me for 2 minutes. I swear to God, if after 120 seconds you want to shoot me in the head, go for it.
I hope you talk faster than a bullet. And I'm going to pause our conversation there, and I'm going to go to Adam. Adam,
Oh, yeah.
you find Donald. He's at a medical station. And at this medical station, there is a person that he is exchanging funds with. They give him a small satchel bag. He's like, "Yeah, man, thank you so much. You have no idea. I'm running from some people right now. There's shit going on." And he hands money over, but he also hands what looks like some tech that he wasn't carrying before. over to somebody as part of the trade. Goes, look, I know that you know that I know that the Blade Runners are looking for anyone who has anything to do with this. Thank you from Tyrell to Tyrell, you know what I'm saying, to trade me goods. And as he grabs the goods, he looks up and sees you walking down the road. He's like, fuck! And he turns and starts to bolt again. Are you giving chase? For the second time in a day.
He kind of looks down, stretches his shoulders, and yeah, he's gonna go after him.
The other guy starts to run in another direction. Who are you going after? The person he's trading gear with, or Donald?
Shit. Let's see what we got. Actually, I want to go after Donald, but I stop and I turn and I start chasing the other person.
All right. So you are chasing after the other. Okay. All right. As you start to chase, he runs and he jumps off of a bridge to the pass below. Lands, looks up. You see that slight red in his eyes as he starts to sprint. How are you going to get down to end your scene? Are you jumping, or are you going to try to take the time to climb down and around, find a ladder, or are you going to jump as well? It's like, I would say, a 20-foot drop into water.
Oh, into water?
But it looks like it only went up to about his knees.
Fucked up leg. I want to, if I'm there, can I want to pull out my gun. I want to see if I can set it down. I want to take a shot at his leg.
So you're going to shoot, and I'm going to flee for the start of this chase.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to put down shoot and flee. Shoot, flee. And we'll pull our piece next Tuesday. But most importantly, I have to ask Watson, do you want to know your initiative?
It's like an 8 or some stupid shit like that, isn't it?
You go, you're going to get it first, and I'm going to get it second. I get 2 actions. He pulls 2 cards. So, we got BS initiative. The next initiative in line is a 1. So you get a 1.
That's mine?
Yep.
Okay.
I get a 5 and a 10. Because I'm assuming the people outside are not getting in 1 action and are probably waiting to see what's going on. Is that safe to say, Marla and Enzo, you're waiting? Okay. You go first at the start of our next episode to explain why you're here. If you talk well enough and your manipulation roll of disadvantage is good enough, you won't get 2 bullets put in you. I have rolled already.
I'd prefer it.
I have the damage already, and it's gonna suck. Because you're not wearing armor. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of Blade Runner Working Hands. We'll be back next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., right? Yeah, next Tuesday with the second episode. This is a 4-episode miniseries. Everything happens in shifts. Next time, we'll open with this, and then we'll move into the next couple of shifts to see what's going on. Who knows? We may have another character for her at the end of the episode, because dying in this game is very fucking easy.
So I should make a backup character.
How much health do you have, Watson?
I think 5.
You have 5.
Yeah.
You'll survive the first attack.
That's good, at least.
You will not survive the second.
That's what I figured you would say after you said the first one like that.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you for all the Streamloot cards played. Thank you for the cast. And apparently Allie playing a drunk superstar. Is that? I had no idea what her character was going to be. I know what she is. I didn't know she was that. Fucking hilarious. So we'll be picking up next week with this. I will remind everybody, next Monday is the start of our other new show, our 1970s Everyday Heroes with a Twist. Some people already know what the twist is that are helping, are going to be guest starring. I won't say what it is until that episode, but my cast doesn't even know what the fuck it is.
Oh. You will
So
tell us.
yes, we will be back. Does anyone have anything going on this week before I cut to our YouTube end? Anyone got anything? Yeah. Okay. What do you got, Rockstar? What do you got for us?
So on Sunday, we will be back with Outsiders in Ambrica, where I will be having some great fun as a himbo paladin. Little different from tonight. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time, and who knows, we might have a
Himbo
little
Paladin
wolf pack.
and Shibo Blade Runner? What?
RS.
Oh, okay, that's right. All right. What time does that start at?
Sorry, yeah, that's gonna be at 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
All right. Does anyone else have anything going on this week?
Cigarettes. I would never use a real one. This is
What are those? Do they actually light up?
movie magic. No. They just look like they do.
Are they plastic?
If I angle it just right, it looks.
Oh.
It catches the light.
Oh.
It's a roll of paper with some little sparkle glitter on it. It's movie props. I promise you, I don't smoke. Never have.
Me
I was
either.
5 when I tried a cigarette, and my mom made me finish it, and I've never had one since. Well, no, that's not true. I tried to puff on one in college, and I said, "Yep, still hate them." So, don't smoke, kids.
I mean, a good cigar once in a while is a good cigar. Does anybody else have any shows this week?
Valley of Root is tomorrow,
Ooh.
and we will be announcing our new Monday show, probably during it, and then you'll get the trailer later this week. So.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I get to drop my trailer this week for the Monday show. There's some hints in it. I'm excited. What is your show? What is the finish? What show is it?
It's the finale of Root. We were actually
Oh.
supposed to finish it a while ago, and then some stuff happened with our GM that he had to step away for family stuff. So we're finally going to finish it.
That's awesome.
And then the one thing I can say about the Monday show is I'm back in the GM seat.
Oh, she has to remember how to deal with people.
Hey, it's not been that long.
Adam, you got anything going on as I cut her off before she yells at me?
Yeah, this Friday night, check myself and Diana. Our Harbinger Season 3 dropped a couple weeks ago, so we got
That's
episode
right.
3 coming up. Friday night on Gone Rogue Entertainment on YouTube, 6 p.m.age. We're starting to get into some crazy nitty-gritty for it. Super excited. Characters are great. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. And then next week, we'll all be back for this. And Monday, we'll be back with Diana and Kelly with some... I know. Secret Group is back, baby.
It is secret for sure. Well, thank you to my cast for being here. This is awesome. I've been wanting to run Blade Runner for a while. I know some people in the audience have wanted it. I hope you guys are enjoying the cards. The initiative cards are working out way better than I thought they were.
Yeah.
For you guys, they fucking suck for me. So, everybody here, I will see you this Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as we start our Everyday Heroes in the 1970s in an action drama where I won't say anything other than I promise something that most people really enjoy correspond with it. That's all I'll say, because not everyone likes the 1970s, but this part I think you will. If you are watching this on YouTube afterwards, over on this side there's going to be the bell to click. We're trying to get to 500 so we can get super chat and all that fun stuff. Share it with your friends. These videos stay up on live afterwards for you to watch. And on the opposite side here, right where here is this, probably gonna be a video to watch. More than likely it'll be Corpse Talk. I will be back on the first week of October with Corpse Talk, and we will be interviewing Alchemy, the very people who are letting us use Alchemy for Mork Borg for the show tonight. We'll be interviewing them. They'll be bringing their treasure to put into the treasury. I have an idea what it is. I think it's gonna be a pretty big deal, big package deal. So we'll see what they do. But thank you so much for joining us and watching us. Share with your friends, and we'll be back next week with more skin jobs and alcohol. Sounds right.